on the verge of a breakthrough. Blind nimbus never know where it'll take you. But there's people out there hoping you will fail. When they see you going ape, then they going for your tail. But I've been training 365 to stay alive. Tell me when we're gonna face off like in the skies. It's the same song and dance with ya. Now I'm bored of it. We never saw the G in you. Quit forcing it. See me go ham like Team Go Ham. But like the man that birthed them, I don't fear no man. People wanna give up. I'm like, what do you mean? I was making moves on my Android at 17. That's real. For the W, I'll do that damage. I mean, damn, I had a plan. It blew up like Namek. But I can't imagine life being any different. If it is, don't panic.
I won't fall down when everything is in flames. So I'll be there to put them out. I won't fall down. The light the people have needed forever became so loud. I won't fall down. Keep the planet on my back. Over 9K like it's nothing where you at. Going mad. Broken princes came to snap. Played it like a king, made them allies do the math. I'm the best. I don't even gotta say it, put the rest. If you come for me, I'm aiming for the chest. Super Saiyan, training harder than the best. Never give it less, yes. I've been in the hyper chamber, training like a god to ignite the danger. Bring the G-force to sell, I'm dropping tops to sell. On any false prophet here to wager. Power levels through the roof, breaking limits never seen, I'm the truth. Go from man to a god, no dispute. Kyle Ken, ready, dog, let me loose. I'm the news, yeah. When everything is in flames, so I'll be there to put them out. I won't fall down. The light the people have needed forever became so loud. I won't fall down. When everything is in flames, so I'll be there to put them out. I won't fall down. The light the people have needed forever became so loud. I won't fall down.
All right, welcome everybody. Give me just a quick second, because someone mentioned something, and I didn't have it pulled up yet. I saw it in the chat. The flying Tesla is the greatest shit ever. I love that thing. Sorry for the sound. I'm just doing something. I'm just doing some welding. Just doing some welding. Nothing illegal or illicit. Just some quality craftsmanship going on right now. And we're done. Okay, alright. Said jump in here. Holy shit. You're like always doing this now. Alright. Flying Tesla. Motherfucker, I gotta get that shit. I saw like I think I saw like, what was it, 3 different videos from different angles of that thing. Oh god, it's the coolest shit though. Let's be real. Okay, here we go. I got it ready. There we are. And let me turn... Actually, hold on. Before I do that. Yep, just welding everybody. So okay, alright. That's 8.6 million views. Alright, this shit is awesome. Let's hit play. Motherfucker. Okay, so to my understanding, this was a stunt. I saw a different angle, and there were a few different people standing around with cameras. So the Tesla is rented. These people rented this Tesla to act like fucking idiots. And, I mean, the thing is, the Teslas are really quick. but unfortunately they don't land very well. So look, I mean, I guess a lot of people would blame the person driving the car. Me personally, I blame Elon Musk. Okay, because see, if Elon Musk had just, I don't know, done a better job crafting his car, understanding that when you give people the ability to accelerate from 0 to 60 in like less than 2 seconds, that they're gonna do some insanely stupid shit with their fucking really fast and powerful vehicle. And if you know they're gonna do it, you really should, I don't know, airbags. Not airbags, fucking parachute or something. Like, this is just nuts. And it just, you can't really see it here. You can definitely see he hits one car, and in my understanding, it hit into a second vehicle. And the cops are looking for the asshole that did it. But I don't know if they're ever going to find him. It's a new TV ad for Tesla. Dude, totally. Common Writers in the chat. How you doing, man? Dude, that Tesla's fucked. I mean, look at when it fucking lands. Look at this shit. God damn. God fucking damn. Look at it. Look at it. That bottom part. Okay, so I'm gonna. If I had to guess, I'm not the best when it comes to the craftsmanships of electric vehicles. But that underside's probably where, like, the battery is and a whole bunch of other really expensive things are in the car. And it's gonna land on top of that. Look at, I mean, that thing is fucked. That thing is just beyond fucked. It's beautiful to watch it happen, but holy shit, that thing is beyond fucked. Okay, so we talked about some Comicsgate stuff, and I thought this was interesting. Yellow Flash posted this today. Liam Gray was offering to pay money for whoever this person's docs is, and I don't even know who this person is. I really don't, and it's not like I'm super informed with all the people that are like Comicsgate and everything, but like, this dude is nuts.
Hey, I will pay $1,000 for a marsupial gamer's identity. He's been involved in some mean shit talking, and he's another Australian, so it'll cost me a lot less. $1,000 for his identity.
Okay, all right. I guess, you know, he'll probably say that was a fucking joke, but like, holy shit. I guess marsupial gamer is a guy too. For some reason I saw the name and I was like, that's probably a chick. But I guess that's just my inner misogyny and sexism showing. I apologize for anyone who was offended. Speaking, okay, real quick. The Liam Gray guy, I don't think that they were the most relevant person, just to be clear. However, we've talked about them before, and I didn't know just how fucking nuts this guy is. I mean, he's insane. He's legitimately fucking insane. The shit that he fucking says. That clip that the clip that I put that I put on Twitter, where he's like, "If you want me to remove the strike, you'll have a fight with me." I'm like, what the fuck am I watching? Like, just straight up saying that he is going to have a fight with somebody, if they want to get a strike removed or some stupid bullshit. Like, guy is petty as fuck, and he's a complete scumbag. GG Evan Crow, play the Pokemon combat rat I sent you before we get into the main topic. Okay, alright, listen. God damn, this is a bad idea. Hold on, let me do something quick. Pokemon fucking combat rat. Alright, chat. I'll leave it up to you, because Pokemon combat rat is gonna be something else. Do you want to listen to the Pokemon combat rap? One is yes, you want to listen to the Pokemon combat rap, and 2 is no, you don't want me to play it. Okay, quick second just to post a link to the stream on Twitter. And the thing is, I don't see any. Oh, god damn it! I was gonna say I don't see any ones, but GG Evan just came in with a 1. I'm gonna read one more topic that's gonna take up a little bit of time. Guys, you don't know what you're requesting. You don't know what you're fucking requesting. Alright, don't blame me. I don't want to hear anything from anybody. You all had the opportunity to get out of this one, but you chose to listen to the Pokemon combat rap. I mean, GG Evan, I appreciate it. I do. But like, yeah, D. All right, everybody. You ready for it? This is the Pokemon combat rap. The latency, you gotta put it on low. I don't know how to do that. If you hopped into Discord, you could probably explain it to me though. Kai, I'll jump into the Daman topic later on because that's the main topic for tonight. But essentially, someone, I believe at Funimation, it'll make you be able to see chat in real time. Oh shit! You know what? I think that's something that I can do when I'm setting up the stream, but I didn't think to do that, so it's just unfortunate. Anyways, what was I thinking? The Pokemon combat rap is something unique and special. Sen, if you're in the fucking shower, why are you? You know why I'm asking these questions. I'm just gonna play it. I'm gonna take my camera off just so you guys can enjoy this. And I don't have to commit my image to it. There we go. And y'all requested this, so I don't want to hear anything.
And make that double. I put the smack down with my Pokemon. And make that Pokemon combat. I put the smack down with my Pokemon. And make that Pokemon combat. I put the smash down with my Pokemon. And make that Pokemon combat. I put the smack down with my Pokemon. And make that Pokemon combat. I'll be the greatest master you ever seen. Putting the smack down with my Pokemon, I mean. You choose you, I choose me. Now let's see who the winner gon' be. You bring out Swerve, now that's a start. I bring out Pikachu, known to give you a spark. Now who's next? I break out the Pokédex. Let loose my champ and watch him flex. Hitmonchan with the special punch. Put all others out to lunch. Hitmonlee, skill so quick. Knock him out with the high jump kick. I put the smack down with my Pokemon. And make that Pokemon combat. I put the smack down with my Pokemon. And make that Pokemon combat. I put the smack down with my Pokemon. And make that Pokemon combat. I put the smack down with my Pokemon. And make that Pokemon combat. Round 2, what you gon' do? My psychic Pokemon have you scared to choose? Abracadabra, alakazam. This ain't no magic trick. You better scram. Gengar with his dark mind. Meditate with Jinx and mine. Fire Pokemon now, that's the worst. Charizard's 5-spin, it really hurts. Flamethrower, like by many. If you grasp Pokemon, ain't like by any. Venusaur, Solar Beam, D-Drills, Poison Sting, Pincers, Guillotine, get thrashed by Needle King. I put the smash down with my Pokemon. And make that Pokemon combat. I put the smack down with my Pokemon. And make that Pokemon combat. I put the smack down with my Pokemon. And make that Pokemon combat. I put the smack down with my Pokemon. And make that Pokemon combat. Pikachu, I choose you.
He's got a fucking Pokemon card! Holy goddamn.
I choose you. War Turtle, I choose you. Mew, I choose you. Mewtwo, I choose you. Dugong, I choose you. Vaporeon, I choose you. Goldeen, I choose you. Seeking, I choose you. Bulbasaur, I choose you. Ivysaur, I choose you. Venusaur, I choose you. Charizard, I choose you. Jigglypuff, I choose you.
Okay, so there's a lot of problems with that song. First off, nobody would choose to use a dugong or a fucking weedle. I absolutely hated the fact that he would say that. But also, why the hell is that the song you guys like? Okay? Like, I'll post, don't get me wrong, not all the songs I play at the start of the stream are, like, good. Like, some of them I just like because it's an anime that I like. I'm not gonna lie, I like the Seven Deadly Sins one. I just like that anime. But, like, motherfuckers, you bitch every fucking... Any song I play, you complain. Devin is the only one that defends me, right? But then I play the fucking Pokemon combat rap, right? The most 90s bullshit that I have ever heard, right? I had to stop listening to halfway through. I was like, this can't be any... If this was any more 90s, Will Smith would walk in for a fucking cameo. But, like, motherfucker. This shit was... Jeez. And then, like, the last, I don't know, like, what, 40 fucking seconds? He's just naming Pokemon. He's not even, like, rapping or anything. He's just naming fucking Pokemon. Jigglypuff, Wigglytuff, but the motherfucker. And nobody would use them either, because they suck. Oh, god damn it. You like the Pokemon Starters one? Yeah, that one's fun. I really like that one. It's like I kind of want to punish you guys now and play like a 10-minute Dragon Ball Z rap, and I'll start the stream 15 minutes late just to really fuck with you. You got my back, Kra? Thank you, Devin. I appreciate that. I really do. Well, GG Evan, I hope you appreciate that we played that. Oh man, okay, all right. I gotta go back into the topics here. Where was I? Okay, all right. Ascendant Star Spangled Squadron artist Jinky Coronado responds to critics of her art who say real women don't look like that. As I thought this was funny, right? Because I'm looking at the comments like, yeah. I mean, I know why most people would want to read that. Being honest, like here's the funny thing, right? The entire thing, this could be like it could have like a phenomenal fucking story, right? It could be like the best fucking comic book ever written, and it's just, you know, be real, you're not reading this for the story. Or watch it. It's like the greatest story ever told, but like, but I guess they're being criticized for their art, and I was like, I don't know. It's a chick that draws it too. I mean, my thing is, I want to find you guys because it actually looks pretty good. Like the art actually does look pretty good. And not just the movies or anything. Like it actually looks pretty good. But. Like, there's a lot of fucking comics I've read, mangas that I've read, and they have the very, very unique style. There's some comics I read that, I mean, some people probably say they look bad, but, like, it's very stylized art. And to me, I don't necessarily want to read a comic book that has realistic human proportions in it. Especially not if the comic book is based on the United States, where everybody is obese and fat. Like, even me, like, I'm a chunky guy. I'm not gonna lie, right? But like, if I want to read a comic book, if it's I don't want to like, and I'm reading a comic book like a superhero. I don't want the dude to look like me. I want him to have like a 6-pack. I want him to have a 10-pack. In fact, Yokai Dragon, you're reading this for the plot and backstory. Plot is very important. Yes. Here, let me introduce you guys. Okay. This one here is plot, and this one here is character development. Okay? There you go. God damn it. Anyways, I just thought it was interesting. I thought it was funny. It's a girl writing it. Like, if she chooses to draw this way, I just never understood this like argument that they need to look realistic. And here's the thing, it seems like it's just people that are upset that they're fat, and they get upset that people aren't attracted to them because they're fat. And I'm like, bitch, there's a simpler solution than trying to change the entirety of American culture, right? And it's just like, go to the fucking gym, right? It doesn't even take that much work, right? Like just do some push-ups. You don't need to be like skinny, you just don't need to be obese, right? Like that's it. The bar is actually incredibly fucking low. It's insanely low. You just don't need to be absurdly fucking obese. That's it. And somehow they can't clear that bar. Probably because they can't actually jump because of the absurd obesity. There's something to be said for the classics. Thanks for doing that, Crow. GG Evan, thank you for the tip. I'm glad you appreciate it, man. Okay. Let's see here, because I got the David Mills story pulled up. I also have the Leah Thomas thing. Yeah, I mean, those are pretty much the two main topics for tonight, Leah Thomas and Damon Mills. Which one do you guys want to start with? Do you want to start with the Damon Mills cover-up, or you want to talk about transgender swimmers? One for Damon Mills, two for transgender swimmers. I'm pretty sure you're gonna go for Damon Mills, so I'm gonna start with that topic. If you guys prove me wrong, you're assholes. Let's see. There we go. Wait, who said Lambo said Hunter? What the okay, alright. You being difficult. Anyways. So for those of you who don't know, Damon Mills is currently a voice actor. He voices Frieza. He's not the original voice actor for Frieza. The original American voice actor, I believe, passed away. And Damon Mills has, I want to say, recently taken over the role. I don't remember exactly how long he's been doing it. However, well, recently, I guess that's 3 years. Maybe it's longer than that. Okay, whatever. Anyways, Damon Mills was one of the people that came out against Vic Mignogna, supporting Monica Rial, Jamie Marchi. Somebody, like, people have gone through his Twitter account. They've seen, like, they posted screenshots of him, putting out statements in support of Monica Rial. And Monica Rial even replying to him. So when Damon Mills then gets outed for sexually abusing a minor, it's like, for most people, it's like, holy shit. And now, if you remember with the Vic Mignogna situation, so in that one, Vic was being accused by basically anonymous sources. Monica Rial and Jamie Marchi came out against him too. However, they never supplied any evidence for any of their claims. The Damon Mills accuser actually did have evidence to support his claims. And Damon Mills, I believe, put out a statement essentially stating that everything that took place between the two was completely consensual. Problem with that is Damon Mills would have been 20 at the time when this person was 15. 15-year-olds cannot consent in any state in the United States, so this becomes a problem for Damon. Then the accuser recants the story, states that some of the screenshots have been fabricated, shit like that. And it's like, okay, this is really fucking weird, right? Okay, so we have somebody basically stating, hey, I did this thing, but it was all consensual with this 15-year-old. Then you have the accuser come out and state, I made the entire thing up. The evidence is fabricated. Which, again, Damon Mills' statement does not make much sense. And it's not like Damon Mills had pressure to respond to what was happening. People at Funimation have basically been arguing that they don't know who this guy is. He's new. He doesn't really hang out with anybody. They have no clue who he is. Just fucking weird because, again, this is the new voice for Frieza. Funimation is the Dragon Ball, is like the home of Dragon Ball in the United States. It just doesn't make sense, right? Well, again, also the fact that he was backing up Monac Real when the whole thing with Vic Mignogna was going on. Anime News Network put out an article, right, on the Damon Mills accusation, and this is where this thing just becomes really interesting. So I'm going to read through it, and then we can talk about it as I'm going through. Hi, this is the only thing I'm going to say about the recent Mills articles because it bothers me enough that I have trouble sleeping. This will probably be screenshot and archived. During the week of the retraction and then subsequent admission of fabrication, a voice actor and ADR director attempted to get ANN to take our articles. Take down their articles. The person stated that if we didn't, Mills may commit suicide and we would have to write about that. Okay. There's more here. There's more here. But this is really fucking just over the top. And I think that lends some credibility to the story because Hacker, how do you like Linda Young as the voice of that character in Dragon Ball Z? I don't know. To be honest with you, I haven't watched anything dubbed in a very long time. Actually, still Full Metal Alchemist. I have to watch that dubbed because watching it subbed is just weird for me. But everything else is just all subs. I hate watching dubs. But sorry. More important is what's going on here. If she's claiming, like, someone at Funimation basically came out and told ANN that they better remove their articles, and if they didn't, Damon Mills might commit suicide, and they would have to write about that. I mean, that is not just emotional manipulation. That is straight up disgusting fucking behavior. The day of the retraction, Duncan was doxxed, and if the screenshot is authentic, the person that did so probably already knew who he was, or at the very least shared a mutual friend with him on Facebook. I can say with certainty that the legal communications between Duncan Mills and his lawyer were shared within the industry. The ADR director / VA had information about those communications that would only be gained by reading them. This includes Duncan's email. This is bad, okay? Because, you had all these people at Funimation basically argue, well, the reason why they're not making statements about this story is because they don't know who Duncan Mills is. Well, if his entire accusation is all over the industry, right? They're all talking about it. That's a bit of a problem. It means that they all know what this guy did, and they're kind of just letting him cover it up. Or at least that's the way it looks, right? It's really hard to say here because, look, I'd be willing to believe the idea that somebody came out with a fake accusation against this Damon Mills person, right? And I've seen situations where people have fabricated evidence. So it could happen, right? It could, if we're being fair, it could happen. However, someone on behalf of Daman Mills contacts ANN and tells him, take down your article, or Daman Mills may just commit suicide and then you'll have to write about it. As if to, like then they'll tell everybody it's because of your article. Fucking psychotic behavior. But this is worse, right? And again, maybe the lady at ANN is lying too. Maybe they're all just lying, right? But according to her, and I think Crummion, you were on Toy Bounty Hunter's stream. If you want an invite, I can send you one just to clarify on this. But I believe Crummion has heard the same things, that they do all know about this accusation by this Duncan fellow against Daman Mills, and they all seem to be wanting to just sweep it under the rug. And I'm gonna provide I'm gonna play devil's advocate, not to defend the action, but mostly just to say that it's not just because they all like Daman Mills. And that would be that right now Funimation is being folded into Crunchyroll, and Crunchyroll is going to be the #1 main streaming service of anime by Sony. Instead of Sony having two different networks, it's all going to be folded into one. So it's a pretty big deal right now. And having somebody at Funimation, a pretty high-level character, the voice of Frieza is a pretty big role, having that person get outed for molesting a 15-year-old is just not good. It's really bad. Especially when they made such a big public spectacle of the Vic Mignogna situation. So at that point, it would make sense that even if they believe that, you know, Duncan was abused by Daman Mills, even if they know he's guilty, business reasons might go ahead and say, oh, just fucking ignore it, sweep it under the rug, pretend it's not happening, just say you don't know the person, don't talk about it, shut your mouth, hopefully it all goes away. But it's interesting the way that ANN is handling it. It's interesting the way that because during the Vic Mignogna thing, they jumped all over it, right? Nobody gave two shits about Vic Mignogna's mental health. Nobody at fucking Funimation's coming out to say, hey, Vic might hurt himself, right? Take your article down. No, they were totally okay with it. It's just very interesting how that's all working out. All right. I know his email was shared because Duncan asked me if I had shared it. Of course I had not. It is possible but not provable outside of it being shared by Duncan that he got the same communications ANN did about removing articles, that doing so could result in a suicide. The letter stating the allegations were fabricated came a few days after the retraction and was again worded in a way in hopes we would take the articles down. For the industry members and others who were pursuing that end, that's not how journalism works. In the time since my publisher took over ANN, we have only taken down 2 articles, 2 in 20 years. When George Takei was accused and then his accuser recanted, those articles were not taken down. They were updated. Same with Kevin Spacey. History doesn't cease to exist when the story changes. So that's interesting. So according to this Lindsay person, ANN retracted their article on Daman Mills, right? Where is this? In letter stating the allegations were fabricated came a few days after the retraction. So ANN retracted the story and then the accuser came out and said it's fabricated. This is when I'm looking at this, right? Just it looks like it's a cover up. It looks like somebody got to the accuser and got him to recant after getting the story killed at ANN. I mean, that's how it looks anyways. Yeah, nobody wants to be the person to speak out of lockstep. I agree. Hold on, give me 1 second here, guys. Let me just don't worry, I'm still here. I just forgot I was gonna send a link, and I completely forgot to do that. So I copy. There we go. Okay, sorry that took me so long. I didn't have any. I never had anything sorted on Twitter. So it takes me forever to find shit. Let's see. There we go. Okay. So yeah, I mean, it sounds like it's a giant fucking cover up. It really does, and I don't think that it's all related to the idea. I think what happened with Vic Mignogna is there was, Funimation was riding on a high, and I think that they just did not like Vic, and I mean that can be easily proven. We know that they used to talk shit about him. We know they used to spread rumors about the guy. We know that they took issues with him being Christian, or specifically Sean Schemmel did, because Sean Schemmel has daddy issues, which are the fucking weirdest fucking group of people. And that he's a Republican, so they were simultaneously calling him gay and also calling him a homophobe. It's pretty fucking funny the way that these people act. But they didn't like Vic. So when it came to Vic, they gladly fucked him over because they really did not like him. Damon Mills, I think on Toy Bounty Hunter's channel they were kind of talking and they went like, how do I say it? Damn it. I was trying to remember the exact conversation. But when Damon Mills gets accused, right? They instantly come out in his defense. I think it was something of the nature that maybe it's because he supported Monica Rial and came out against Vic. They don't want him putting out statements, but he was like in a group chat or something. And I'm like, it's an interesting theory. I just think that it more has to do with the fact that Funimation's being folded into Crunchyroll, and they're doing like this really big thing with Sony right now. I think Sony is telling them to get rid of this, and like I don't think Sony wants to be wrapped up in the shit that Funimation was willing to put up with, right? I mean, the way Funimation handled the Vic Mignogna situation, it seems like it's absolutely personal, right? Oh, you did, Chromion? Oh, okay, hold on. Let me drag into the channel. Move to... there you go. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, yeah.
All right, perfect. Okay, so I remember, when we were talking on Toy Bounty Hunter, someone was like, well, maybe Damon Mills is like in a group conversation with like these other voice actors, and they were all talking about like how they're going to come out against Vic. And I believe that's probably true because, they're just nasty fucking people. But
I'm certain, yeah.
I don't think that they would care. I think that if that got outed against them, I think they would just state, well, Vic Mignogna is a bad person. Like I
think it's part that, and what you were saying with the Crunchyroll situation. I don't think they want this to snowball into anything related to Vic at all, because it's going to be that if it does come out that there's other stuff that he has or dirt that he has about them talking about this or what have you, that's going to cause an entirely different can of worms to open up. And while they probably don't care about that, they probably do care about all the drama it would bring to Crunchyroll.
Well, I think and this is what I think would be the smart thing to do, is as they're folding into Crunchyroll, they should probably, and they probably will, just very quietly get rid of him.
I agree.
Brush him off into something. I mean, the way Funimation handles things, and like I said, the Vic Mignogna thing, that was handled like a personal fucking grudge by somebody high up at Crunchyroll. Or not Crunchyroll, Funimation. Sorry.
Funimation, yeah.
I don't think that with Sony now holding the fucking leash, that they're going to allow them to act the way that they used to act. I mean, this, no. Look, I'll put let's say you're a voice actor, because I think you were talking, I don't know who brought up the conversation exactly, but the voice actors, if they're openly Christian or openly conservative, they'll like give them roles in hentai to fuck with them.
Yeah. So like what I was saying, I had a DM with someone who's currently at Funimation Crunchyroll right now, still a voice actor, has been in the industry for a while, but wanted to share the information. We shared a screenshot from that conversation without any name or identifying information in it. But Toy Bounty Hunters confirmed, because I gave details to Toy Bounty Hunters. We're keeping it confidential on who it is, but
yeah,
it's been confirmed this person's still a voice actor, and they were saying that Christians and like open Christians and conservatives that are in Funimation at the time, the directors would often give them roles in like hentai roles, or very like lewd, or very against their morals, and because they thought it was funny, and they got a kick out of doing that.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm no legal expert, but I'm pretty sure if you had enough times of that happening with like the same Christian voice actors, like,
right?
Probably. I mean, the thing is, it's the behavior that they have at fucking Funimation is they like to bully people. They
love it.
They fucking get off on this shit. I love it. And again, had they not gone into the Vic Mignogna situation the way that they did, had they just stopped giving him roles, or like I think they'll do the same like with David Mills, like quietly sort of just like sweep him away, and try to like avoid any conversations. If they had done it that way, I think it would be Funimation as the main company. Crunchyroll, I mean, obviously Crunchyroll is the larger operation, but I think everything would have been branded as Funimation, and a lot of those same key players would have been leading the fucking organization.
Agreed. Yeah.
But you have Crunchyroll putting out the statement on the merger. You have Crunchyroll's, I think, president or CEO or whoever putting out the statement. So it's pretty clear who's holding the fucking reins on that merger, and it's not Funimation. And I think,
no,
yeah. But I don't think necessarily Crunchyroll, don't get me wrong, like Crunchyroll is not like this great company or anything like that, but the way Funimation acts, the way that they treat people that they despise, because they really do, they look down on conservatives, they look down on religious folk, they think that they're stupid, they think that they're beneath them, and they like bullying them, they like talking shit about them. It makes them feel superior.
Clearly they have the power right now, or at least at that time they had the power. And look at it, you can see how Vic was handled, who was openly conservative, openly Christian, and you look how Damon's being handled. Who has more power in this situation here? Seriously, like, you literally are having people throwing themselves in front of moving vehicles to just save Damon, when he literally admitted to doing stuff. Like, there's no dispute.
It doesn't matter if the accuser now says that they fabricated the story. Damon Mills came out and said that everything he did with that person was consensual.
Exactly.
Person was 15, he was 20. So look, he just admitted to a fucking crime as far as I'm concerned. Like,
Exactly.
and it's not like the idea of, oh, he got pressured into admitting to it. No, he was trying to pressure ANN to get the story taken down by threatening suicide. I'm sorry, like, this is ridiculous. This guy needs to be fired immediately. These people are fucking sick and disgusting. But again, I think that they want to quietly sweep it under the rug. I said on John's stream, I don't think they give a shit about kids. I don't think they fucking care.
No, they don't care.
No, not at all. Not at all. Funimation in general has never once given a shit about anybody. They care about themselves. The people who have positions of positions of power and authority and have seniority at Funimation run the show. It doesn't. I can't remember who was saying this, but like, you know, when they merge with Crunchyroll, they don't need that senior fucking team at Funimation that's very expensive, that has a ton of baggage behind them, and that is constantly embraced in fucking drama, right?
Right.
Just realistically, you don't need those people. So I think it's a good thing. I think it's a good thing that they're being merged into Crunchyroll. I don't necessarily agree that Crunchyroll is a godsend or anything like that, but I've never heard a story of Crunchyroll casting a fucking Christian to do a fucking hentai lewd role because they think it's fucking funny to fuck with religious folk.
And I'm just reading over what was sent here, and because I'm like, well, did you have record of this? Did you like take note of this and whatever else? And the person that was saying this to me was like, oh, you know, they always blew it off as happenstance. They're like, oh, you know, it's just the way the chips fell. That's, you know, it's out of our hands. It's the last blah 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 blah. So it was always like that was the attitude. So they never brought it up to management. They never brought it up as a complaint. But we already know.
Yeah, see, like that's the problem too, and you know, oftentimes you're not going to want to put in a complaint because it's like, well, then maybe I'm not going to get another role. Right?
Exactly.
Exactly. So yeah, no, like again, I think it's just fucking great that the name Funimation is just being completely wiped out, right? Like, good fucking riddance.
Yeah.
I mean, you can just laugh in their fucking faces with the way that, because the reason why it's happening again is the Vic Mignogna situation. Then I believe also Funimation has a terrible fucking reputation in Japan too, which I'm not entirely sure what it's about, but I mean it's just a good thing. I don't like the idea that, you know, if you want to be a voice actor and you're religious or you like have some sort of ideology, whatever it is, that they're going to assign you roles just to fuck with you, right?
Exactly.
Like, you're saying, like, you're dependent on that that's and they're humiliating you because they find it funny. Like, these people are actually fucking evil. Like,
they're sadistic.
I mean, and then they go like, "But you think that they would do this whole thing to Vic? You really think that they would do that?" Well, I mean, look how they treat people. I don't give a shit. Like, I think that's why I said it's very telling that you can see that Crunchyroll and their team are the ones that are putting out these announcements on the merger, and Funimation isn't. I think a lot of people are about to get completely fucking.
They're gonna get ran through.
Oh yeah, I just hope Sabbath's one of them. But that dude's, I mean, he's a big one, but he's a weasel too. He'll figure out some way of scurrying around and saving his fat ass.
Of course he will. I just have to be one moment because my roommate's doggo needs to go for a pee.
I do you think?
I'll be right back.
Okay. And the letter stating the allegation fabric came a few days after retraction. Down here. Okay, here we go. Listen, I hate that a very toxic contingent of the internet jumped on this. I knew that would happen the moment the document came into my inbox in November. At that time, it was also sent to Sony and others. I attempted to prep Duncan for this the best that I could, and moving forward, I don't know that I'll head articles like this in the future because I do not think I can adequately protect sources, specifically because of third-party interference on two ends. That's interesting. So the toxic part of the internet would essentially be fucking Yellow Flash, Ricada, Hug, those folks and their fans. Crumbion would be one. Yeah, Toy Bounty Hunters would be one. Just the worst of the people on the internet. But you know, this Lindsay.
All right, we're back.
Yeah. I was just going into the how she's talking about how she hates that a very toxic contingent of the internet jumped on this.
Yeah, she was talking about us.
I know. Oh, no. I'm just going like, look, if it comes to getting rid of a fucking pedophile, most people will be on your side, sweetie. Like
Exactly.
like most people are just going to be on your side. But the thing is, you know, I don't think Lindsay, and this is just me being honest, because her reaction is, oh, a very toxic segment of the internet jumped on this, and I hate that, but we must. I'm like, you know, shut up, bitch. Like, you should be happy that anyone is going to pay attention to the story when you're trying to out a pedophile, right? Like, you should be very happy if anyone's going to give a shit and will help boost and spread that message. But if you're going to go, well, I'm sorry that the wrong people were attacked, shut the fuck up. This is why I don't think these people actually give a shit that this Duncan kid was abused. So I think the only reason why Lindsay is talking about it is because her story got killed. Because this was going to make her. And now
she's mad about it now.
Oh, yeah. Of course she is. It makes sense. Like, she's sitting there going, look what happened with Vic Mignogna. I want to be a part of that. I want to be on the ground floor of the next one. Problem is, she went after a gay man.
Exactly.
Big mistake.
Oh, don't worry. She has another one. She has another one in the chamber.
You don't fuck with the alphabet people. They better be straight. They better be straight. They better be whiter than fucking mayonnaise, and they better have voted for Trump twice.
They have another target already.
Who is it? Wait,
Quentin Flynn.
Wait, who's Quentin Flynn?
Quentin Flynn is another voice actor, most famously known for Raiden in Metal Gear Solid, Axel, Kingdom Hearts.
Okay, hold on. I'll figure this out. You said Quentin Flynn?
Quentin Flynn, yeah.
Okay.
No, there's been a writer, Bella Blondeau, that's been trying to write a hit piece.
Oh my gosh, this guy is white as shit. Look at this. He's actually got blue eyes. He's
Irish.
He's literally got blue eyes.
Yeah.
Okay, well, this is a perfect target. I was wrong.
Perfect target.
Yeah, absolutely. And you say, did he vote for Trump twice?
I'm not sure what his voting was. I mean, he lives in Los Angeles now. But
did he put out any statement in support of Trump?
I mean, probably. I have no idea.
Did he not condemn him hard enough as a racist, a bigot, and worse than Hitler?
He probably didn't do that.
I think we got him.
And he's a straight man.
Yeah, we got this guy. I think we can fucking destroy his entire life.
But they've already tried, right? There was he went to court to get a protection order against his stalker.
What? Okay. Wait. Are they? Wait. They're gonna use a stalker against this guy?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
you don't even understand. They've been trying to write this hit piece for like a year and a half now, and she, like, Bella Blondeau, wrote it for a different website, which Quentin say, yeah, this is bullshit, take it down. And then she got fired from that website and crawled to ANN, and ANN was going to post it under Lindsay's heavy guidance, apparently. And it's been waiting under Lindsay's observation for almost a year at this point. Can't wait. Can't wait for that article to come out.
Oh, Lindsay. Problem is, the only actual fucking pedophile that you could find was a gay man.
Exactly. That backfired miraculously.
It's unfortunate. Listen. You go after the alphabet people, right? You don't miss. When you take your shot, you don't fucking miss. And this bitch missed.
She did.
I mean, like, okay, look, I'm laughing at her. Let's be real.
Oh, yeah.
It is unfortunate. I mean, their problem is, you know, ANN has a political ideology. Funimation has a political ideology. Most of these companies kind of do. They will go at. I mean, they'll go after people based solely on skin color, religious affiliation, or political ideology. Right? Any of those three are good enough reasons for them to destroy someone's life or defend them to the ends of the fucking earth. Or gender identity. Sorry. Gender identity would be the other one. When you have a situation with someone like Vic, you've got a straight white dude who supports Trump, who's a Christian, right? And it's like...
How terrible.
It's like, I mean, he's just clicking every single one of the boxes, right? Daman Mills, though, is a young guy. He's hip, he's trendy, he's gay. He's in all of their little social circles. Like, that guy is going to have all the fucking protection.
Oh, yeah. And he does.
Mm-hmm.
He does.
He's insulated.
Yeah.
He's part of he's part of a marginalized group.
Yeah. And unfortunately, like, because he is, and because he's insulated, because he's being protected, and there's other factors working in his favor. I think the biggest one is the merger happening with Crunchyroll right now. They obviously do not want people talking about this shit.
No. Well, they should probably tell their voice actors to stop telling their little cuck husbands about it.
Okay,
look. Their fucking mouth shut on Twitter.
Can we talk about the Ron Toye shit? Because this is funny. What exactly happened?
I didn't know his mouth was so big that he could fit both feet in it.
Oh yeah, no, I've heard that. It's pretty impressive. The man is nothing if not talented in the weirdest, creepiest of ways.
Oh boy.
So Ron Toye knows all about this case.
Yes, he does.
Which is funny because Monica has no fucking clue who Daman Mills is.
Apparently.
But Ron Toye does. Ron Toye, the non-voice actor who's married to, knows all about this case. Fucking certified fucking expert, from what I understand.
Certified expert.
But not fucking Monica.
Apparently, Monica completely forgot about Daman Mills supporting her 2 years ago.
Well, it's easy. He's not popular now.
Well, apparently, I don't know, you know, I guess they now all of a sudden she doesn't know him that well. Is that the narrative out there?
That's the lie now.
I guess, you know, Tyrone hit her head too hard one night and she just completely forgot about him.
Well, see, look, here's the problem. When you know you're in the doggy position, your head's like too close to the wall. Sorry, was this too graphic? Do you want to move on? It's okay. Anyone can pick up. John, you're a wholesome Catholic man. Please take over the conversation.
Well, I'm Christian, but I mean it's I guess close enough.
Wait, seriously?
Without the guilt.
Yeah.
Oh, god damn it! I just assumed you were Catholic.
No. I mean, there's a lot of Hispanics are, but no.
Yeah, I mean that's just why I assumed you're Hispanic and you believe in God. I mean that's Catholic.
Well, I mean,
right?
there's a lot of there's a lot of Hispanics that are Catholic, but I mean, it's all part of the same. I mean, but No.
Okay, sorry. But god damn it, I got so distracted there. I should not have said that joke. Hold on. I'm back to welding really quick. John, take over.
I mean, I don't know what you want me to take over about. I kind of joined the party late, and I honestly can't stay long. I mean, what was aside from I guess the obvious reasons why they would be covering for David Mills? What else were y'all talking about? Kind of along the same lines of what I had already discussed before, or
Yeah, pretty much.
along the same lines. Like I said, I want to see if there's like any I don't know if that's something that was either publicly tweeted by Monica or whatever, or whoever else, or any kind of public statements made by her saying that they don't know Damon Mills that well, or if one of them or somebody a part of that circle was saying they don't know him well or some shit.
Oh, there's a tweet out there that said, "Oh, Damon's not even that close with the Dragon Ball cast," and blah 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 blah.
I see. And who put that out? Was that Monica?
It might have been Ron, even like because Monica doesn't comment about anything at all.
Well, I mean, I guess that's the smarter approach, is to just not wade into any of it. But yeah, that's kind of stupid on his part, right? They're not close with any.
Look, I mean, Monica's probably been told to keep her fucking mouth shut, and Ron Toy has probably been told by Monica he should really stop talking. But Ron Toy is also a man that hits women, so he's definitely not going to listen to one.
I mean, yeah, I mean, for all we know, I mean, look, who knows, right? I mean, can you imagine how that conversation goes? Ron, stop saying that. What the fuck did you say? It's just like, whoa, so I don't know. I mean, not that that's that's obviously those situations are messed up.
Not at all. He did not pick up a remote and start smacking it against his hand when Monica told him to stop talking.
You don't know what could be happening there, so I don't know. You know what I mean? Or it's just, again, the guy just can't help himself for whatever reason. He's one of those people that just
has to be
likes to talk a lot online, and that's fine.
He has to be right. He has to be right.
I mean, yeah. I mean, and he could do that. Look, even if he's been told not to say anything, look, the guy obviously he can't help himself for whatever reason. I don't know why. Clapping back online is so important.
I don't know who can.
What happened?
If his lawyer can't get him to stop tweeting, I literally don't know who can.
That's what I mean. I mean, and that's fine. I mean, that's if he wants to be that guy. I mean, we know that he's been that guy when it comes to the other shit before, apparently. So if he wants to be that guy online that always has to, try to prove to himself, that he's an internet tough guy, that's fine. He could wait. I mean, look, look, people have been waiting for somebody to rise up and be the next Tonka Saw. So if that's who he wants to be, sure. I guess it'll only be a matter of time before he ends up challenging somebody to a fight and then no showing it.
Hey, I mean, I want to have a charity boxing match between him and Nick Rekieta at a convention sometime.
I mean, that'd be great. Like I said, I can imagine. Like I said, if he wants to try to be the next Tonka Saw, he could have right at it. I'm pretty sure that the internet, at least in the commentary space of YouTube, has been waiting for somebody to rise up and be next Tonka Saw.
I would love to see an actual boxing match between Rekieta and Toei, but the problem is, unlike Ron, Nick doesn't hit women. I don't think it's ever going to come to fruition. I got these two videos pulled up by this Cyclone guy. So this was the first one, and then we have the next one where he names Damon Mills. So this is the most random part of this shit, right? He's some guy who used to know Damon way back.
Allegedly. We have to say allegedly because we don't know. Yeah. We don't know if for sure. He could just be talking out of his ass, and he could be crazy. I don't know. He could be making everything up. Who knows? Don't know anything about the guy.
It's just weird. But then he had this video. A plea to Damon Mills, tell your story. I knew Damon
Hey,
Mills
look.
for 6 years online in a voice acting group. I felt compelled to make this video after learning more about the recent scandal involving him and an accuser. Now, I like about him being crazy or whatever.
No,
Hey,
no,
look,
that's a joke. Obviously, I
No,
don't think
no,
the guy's actually crazy. I'm
No,
just
no,
saying
no.
for all we know. I mean,
I was just going to point out, because when he did this video, the someone I knew is in trouble. He says he's not going to name him, and then,
a week
next video.
a week later, he's like puts him in the fucking title. It's great.
Well, that's what I mean. Look, if conventional wisdom, right, would show that if that's the right, I don't think it's off base to see how this is gradually evolving, the gradual progression of this, right? I'm not going to name the guy. Next video names the guy and then says, "Well, I'm not going to tell his story because it's his story to tell." So,
Here,
you know,
let
could
me
the
take
next
this off the
video
screen so people
be?
can see it. There you go. A
You
plea
know,
to
could the
Damon
next
Mills.
vid-
Tell your story.
Yeah, could the next video be him telling Damon Mills' story? I don't know. Maybe he won't. I don't know. But it's just interesting because it went from I'm not gonna name the guy to naming the guy to then, like I said, it would seem like that would be the next step, right? Just be like, fuck it, gloves are off. I'm telling everything. I know.
I'm not entirely like, again, I don't know what I would want to put faith into it, but I'm gonna pay attention to the channel now and see if he uploads more videos, because eventually this dude is either gonna come out and say, I made the entire thing up. He's gonna show some proof that he's spoken with Damon Mills before. Maybe we won't back up any of the other shit, but at least that they've known each other. Or 3, he's just gonna keep posting random fucking videos begging for attention under Damon Mills. Damon Mills, tell everybody about the assault. Damon Mills, tell everyone that you were abused. Damon Mills, we're friends. Damon Mills, I sent you a mug.
Look. Hey, however he's got to get his.
I fully expect his next video to be him sitting in a white room on a folding chair, like staring like every so often off to the corner and reading a script. Like that's
Gave you an opportunity,
and
Damon.
like behind him is just gonna be just photo after photo after photo, like random shots of Damon Mills that were clearly were taken without his consent.
No, it's not going to be anything like that at all, Crow. You know what it's going to be? It's going to be him dressed up like Boogie when he answered the fucking door with a gun and saying, "Don't make me do this, Damon. Don't make me do this shit. I didn't want to have to tell your story, but now I have no choice." Oh, shit.
Oh, my gosh.
I mean, we'll see. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Like I said, look, the guy, I mean, he makes some valid points in his videos, you know, just to give a little bit of, you know, without giving anything away. But
this is a freaking roller coaster ride that's like taking sharp turns every single day at this point.
Yeah, but I mean, we have to take it with a grain of salt, right? Because like I said, he could say, "Hey, I knew him, I was friends with him," but really, that can actually, for all we know, that could have been just like one conversation that they had years ago, right?
If there's any people like that.
You know, and exactly, that's what I mean. It's just like we've seen situations where people have lied about knowing other people, and it really turns out, oh, I met him and I talked to him one time online like 10 years ago. You know what I'm saying? We had one conversation and that becomes, oh, we were friends. You know what I mean?
This could be the Shane Holmberg of this story right here.
Oh, why'd you bring Shane into it?
Oh, man.
Whatever happened to that guy? He had like so much fame and relevancy for the first time in his entire fucking life. And then people found out that he married his, like... That situation's weird. I don't know.
Oh yeah, like he married somebody that was like a lot younger than him too, or something.
He knew her when she was a young kid too. Like that's the thing.
Yeah,
that's why it's so fucking weird. It's not just
that's a weird one.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Like again, it's not like you can prove anything illegal happened. It's just
but if somebody wanted,
it's just weird.
Well, exactly. If somebody wanted to ascribe bad motives to him, right? One could easily say, like, hey, Shane, that sounds like you might have partook in some grooming there, buddy.
Like you groomed your fucking wife. That's what it sounds like. You know what? It
Yeah.
really sounds like you're sweating.
Yeah,
It really
but I mean,
does.
look, and that's the thing. Who knows, right?
I said it sounds
mean,
like I didn't fucking accuse him of it. Don't
no,
even
I'm
try
not.
that.
No, but this is what I'm. No, but you got to remember something. That guy also said something along the lines of like that shit that we were all doing stuff like that back then, or something to that effect.
That shit was
Remember?
fucking nuts.
So yeah, remember, like he said when he was talking about Vic, he said that on Mercator's stream, which I believe
did.
that's still up, and it's just like he said something along those lines. Oh, it was normal. Like it's just like what?
Like, it was
It's
something along the lines
worse
of
than
like,
that. It's worse
Yeah.
than that. It's like every fucking guy in the industry or associated with the industry in some way, shape, or form, like Shane is loosely, gets like that came out against Vic and was vocal about it, is outed as being some type of fucking creep. Like
well, that's the thing.
Shane Holmberg and the Child Bride. Fucking,
It's weird.
Fucking,
It's weird again.
The bathroom bandit doing
That's
what I'm
videos
saying,
in
like,
the women's restroom, right?
there's-
Like,
It's weird. It's like, look, nobody can say for sure, right? Obviously, we don't know if Shane did any of those things. So anybody in chat, just to clarify, we're not accusing him of any of that stuff. We don't know for a fact that we're just saying the stuff that he says.
He
It's
did know
weird.
his wife
shit.
when she was a young kid, and
Yeah,
then
that's why
married
it's
her, and
condition.
there's like a significant age
Correct.
difference.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah.
But we don't know that there was any. Like, we're not saying that he for sure.
No, I just say
groomed
bride
her
to
or
be a
anything
dick.
like that,
I
or
just said
that he's
child
some.
bride to be a dick. I don't
Yeah.
fucking know.
Yeah. Exactly. We don't know.
But
We don't know that
did
he
know
robbed the cradle
when
or
he
anything
was
like
an
that.
adult. When he was an adult, he knew his bride to be, and she was a child.
Now look, here's
That's
one
a
thing.
factual statement. I think.
No, yeah.
I think I said that.
Here's one thing. Here's one thing I will say, and I think Chrome will agree on this because we've both been a part of the convention scene. There's one thing that
I've been
does.
drinking tonight, so
Yeah, well, you slow down, Crow. Slow down. There's one thing that does happen on the convention scene. All right, and this is me being honest here. All right, even people that are D-list celebrities. Okay, if you have any kind of celebrity status that you are known for something, you appearing at a show, and this happens to this day. It doesn't matter. No matter how PC people try to be and say I'm not for anything like that. There is such a thing as groupies. There still is. They still go to these shows.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, look, I mean, you see it anytime there's someone who's moderately popular, there's always going to be people around them. I mean, look, and I'm not trying to be a dick to anyone who's ever been a part of like those the groups of people that will surround YouTubers and shit, right? But like Hirohei, I remember I went to fucking Anime Matsuri and fucking Hirohei is surrounded by like 20 fucking people. It was nuts, right? And I'm like, who the fuck are these people? And they're like just going around everywhere with them. And I'm like, guys, like, Hirohei ain't that interesting. I mean, like, you're probably missing some cool shit.
Exactly. Yeah.
But like, no, they totally exist. And they exist in just about any single sphere that you'll ever find. The people that are popular, that have a following, will always have people surrounding them. It just so happens that, you know, in terms of voice actors, the voice actors don't tend to be the popular ones. The characters that they play tend to be the popular ones, right?
But here's the thing: if they're even just moderately attractive, that's the thing, though. That's enough. You got to understand. Like, you know, there's people that, again, if they're just moderately attractive enough, that they'll attract, you know, women or men or whatever. It's just that's enough for people, you know. And I've seen it a bunch of times.
That too. Well,
and
I mean, look, let's be honest. That plays to Vic's strength too when it comes to an audience. He's like what, 50 something, and dude looks, I would say, like 40s.
Oh yeah,
that's what I mean. He still looks younger than what he is. But that's
exactly
that's playing to that point. That's what I mean. It's just like,
because men age gracefully and women just rot and die.
But when people go to these conventions, that's the thing, and it still happens. Even though people will sit there and virtue signal online about all this shit and what they believe, people are still people at the end of the day. You know what I mean? And they will. I've seen it happen. I've seen women throw themselves at voice actors. I've seen men throw themselves at voice actors or actors. It's whatever, you know what I mean? they do it. It happens, you know. And again, look, I've
men
seen
dressed as women throw themselves at voice actors.
I've seen voice actors, I've seen actors, I've seen them spend the weekend with people, and if even some of them that are married, it's just like, that's not your wife or that's not your husband. You know what I mean? It happens. You know what I mean? They live. Yeah, they take advantage of what little celebrity that they have, and they try to live that rock star lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying drugs and all that. I've never seen anything like that. I've seen them interact with people of age. I've never, at least at any of the shows that I've staffed, I have never seen anything illegal happen. But if I've seen two consenting adults at a bar grabbing a drink and they leave, presumably to go somewhere a little bit more private, it is what it is. That's their business. You know what I mean? You know, as long as no crime is being committed, you know what I mean, or something is out of place, you know, I don't
the crime of infidelity.
You know, I mean, you can say whatever about that, but again, look, the two consenting adults, it's whatever. That's their business. But I've never seen anything illegal happen.
A married man saying that it's okay to step out on his
wife. No, it's not okay. It's not okay. It doesn't mean I'll respect them, but again, that has nothing to do with me. It's got nothing to do with me. You know what I mean? It's just like, I'm not going to sit there. I mean, I'm not going to talk with them. I'm not going to be friends with them, because here's, at the end of the day, look, business
of okay, though. Right? You know if you're doing it with an adult as opposed to a 15-year-old, that's the difference. Right?
Well, again, and we were talking about it before. Remember, even with Stan, like, if I were to see somebody and I know that the person they're entertaining right there is not of age, probably going to get involved, because I'm not going to let you bring down the show that is, you know, that I'm employed by. You know what I mean?
You bring that up, because there was I'll talk about this very briefly as an aside, because there was a person that was outed recently in our convention circle. Not a convention, he didn't participate in any staffing. He was just a photographer that went to a bunch of different conventions, but he got outed as a predator recently. And back when before I got into like staffing and whatever else, I was just the lowly press secretary for the convention. But he was the reason that I had to implement a policy that we screen people and have them agree to rules, because I caught him having an underage cosplayer take off pieces of her cosplay so that he could take photos of her bare feet and upskirt shots of her. Jeez. I immediately had him removed.
Who was this?
What the hell is his name? Fuck. I have to look up his name again. Oh. He was a fucking weirdo.
I mean, he's a foot fetishist who's also into children, so
yeah,
I mean, there's a couple things there.
He sold their photos on DeviantArt.
That's fucking See, look, this is what I'm saying.
I said I don't think any of these voice actors, realistically, I mean, obviously some, but I'm talking about like as an industry, I don't think they give a shit that fucking kids fuck around with adults. I don't think they fucking care. I think a lot of them fucking do it themselves.
No, look, and that's the thing. Look, there's probably a lot that do, and that are very low key about it. But like I said, look, that like I said, and I could say this 100% certain that I know of too. Like I said, the shows that I've staffed, I've never seen anything like that go on. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it's not something that I would ever cover for, ever in a million years, because again, you know, you're doing something that could potentially, you know, destroy the show I'm a part of, you know what I mean, and put the owner, who's my friend, out of business. And if he goes out of business, that's bad for me too, because I'm getting paid by him. You know what I mean? So you're fucking with my money too. You know what I mean? Yeah. And besides that, you know, I'm not going to put up, it has nothing to do with just money. It's just like, what you're doing is fucked up. I'm not, you know, we're not going to let you get away with that shit. You know, Stan, like I said, Stan always says it. It's 100% true. We'd be the first ones calling the police because we actually fucking care about the show. You know what I mean? And it is a business at the end of the day that we do have to protect, you know? And again, why would you want to fucking protect people like that? You know what I mean? That's why it's crazy to me when all these people, after the whole Vic thing, they were all like fucking, oh yeah, we knew about it for years. It's just like, and you fucking didn't do anything. You swear that you knew about this shit for years, and you didn't fucking do anything about it. That makes no sense.
Yeah, I'm just like,
but you invited him back.
It's like,
You know?
you knew about it for years. You kept inviting him back. And,
Yep.
okay, so, like, realistically, I'm supposed to believe that you're just totally okay covering up for a pedophile. Like,
Exactly.
I mean,
Like, how can you believe anything?
If you want to confess to that, I mean, I mean, that's an extreme thing. But it also means that, I mean, people shouldn't be around you either, jackass.
Well,
Nobody should go to your
not
fucking
even just that,
convention. You're totally okay
right?
with pedophiles attending it.
Not even just that. If you
You'll
think about it,
cover
right?
for them.
Well, there's
In your
people also.
words.
Some of these shows also claim, well, we never invited him back. We blacklisted him. Yeah, but wouldn't it have been more effective? Wouldn't it have been more effective to call the police and make a fucking report? You know what I'm saying? So that there's something there to build off of instead of just, we'll just won't invite him back anymore. Okay, so you're gonna let him be somebody else's fucking problem?
Imagine that you got someone on a walkie-talkie. Sir, I went to go check in with Mr. Vic Mignogna, and there was a 14-year-old girl. He's like, don't worry about it. We're just tell him he's not invited back.
But that's what I'm saying. That's why I think it's so fucking dumb, because you have people saying, well, we just blacklisted him. We never invited him back. And it's like, okay, so you're going to let him be somebody else's problem.
Exactly.
Is what you're saying.
I mean, it's insane.
I mean, that's the way I look at it.
We saw him.
He's not our problem
We saw him
anymore.
sleeping with the minor, so we made sure he wasn't allowed to come back. We totally handled that.
That's what I mean. It's just like, exactly. That's what I mean. It's just like, he could go be somebody else's problem. It's just like, oh, glad to see you fucking care. You know what I mean?
I gotta just get this tip from 224 Vic for 420. It's perfect right now. To quote Lamar from GTA 5, man, get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. Honestly, I can't even remember GTA 5 right now.
Here's the thing, and again, I mean, and the convention space, at least with when it comes to owners, I mean, there's a lot, you're gonna make friends with other people. You know what I'm saying? Other promoters, other staffers, things like that. There's a community there, you know what I'm saying? Especially when they're in the same vein, like voice acting or whatever, or just in general, any geek shit, right? And if you're friends with other people, right, in that sphere, I mean, presumably, not all, because there's some people that they're just in it for the money, they're just in it for themselves, and that's fine. Their prerogative is their prerogative. But if you're a person that claims to care, right, and that you want there to be quote unquote safety in this space or this community, I mean, you're going to inform the people that you're cool with, and you're going to do more than just say, hey, this person's a problem. You're going to take that extra step. You're not just going to be like, well, we'll just blacklist them and then let it be somebody else's problem until they run into it, right?
Yeah.
If you care, you're going to go that extra step beyond. Like I said, Stan said it best. He's like, we'd be the first ones calling the police. And I believe that 100%.
You see how they react, how this crowd reacts when you do call this stuff out. Because I've been calling this stuff out, and I've been getting I'm usually have 0 notifications for days on end, and that's fine. It's nice and peaceful. My fucking Twitter has been exploding every single day because I've been calling these fuckers out, and this is pissing off this section of clowns on the internet that just that are, instead of attacking the allegations, which is bad enough that there's people out there actually defending this psychopath and actually apologizing for this behavior, saying, oh, he changed, we don't really know, it's better. You have Chris Rager defending him. These absolute degenerate lunatics out here actually
look. Chris Rager is an actual bitch, so it makes sense that he would defend an actual pedophile. Motherfucker. Really? He's changed. He's changed.
You want to know?
Mr. Satan says to support Damon Mills. Fuck you,
you want to know?
Piece of shit.
You want to know something really crazy?
Oh, he's changed. He only threatened to commit suicide if those articles didn't get taken down. Because he's changed. He's ready to accept what he's done. Asshole, liar, bitch.
Exactly.
You want to know something really interesting? And Crumb, you probably know about this. Did you see that one of the few people that it was interesting to see, because I'm like, you know what? I'll give her that. At least she's consistent, even though couldn't disagree with her more. I think it was the LJ Montello, right?
Yes.
It was out there like stomping really hard against Vic. Even she like called it out, and I'm like, holy shit.
Because hey,
Like, she was calling out the bullshit.
Some people are true believers. Some people
Well,
are
yeah.
true believers.
And that's the thing. I mean,
John, did you just completely cut out?
I think John's blue screened.
I think he died. Oh no, John
Can
died.
you hear me?
Oh, never mind.
Can you
He
hear me?
revived.
He agreed with LJ
No, no, I was
Montello.
saying-
He just got deleted from the
no, I was saying, yeah, LJ Montello, who
Is
has
your
like
best
a history
friend.
of like
We
mental
heard it, and
illness.
you just like totally DC'd. It
No,
was
no,
weird.
but LJ Montello, who has like a history, like a legit history of mental illness. I think he has like bipolar disorder or some schizophrenia or some shit. I don't know. I'm not gonna say specifically. I know that she has some issues. Like you could even hear it like when she's talked publicly about certain things, that there's something not all there with her. And I think she herself has admitted to the fact that she does have some severe issues. But even her, like, she was being like consistent about the fact, like, yeah, this is fucked up. This situation is kind of fucked up, and that surprised me.
Mentally unwell chick is the one that is being morally
Has
consistent.
more consistency than all these other fucking people.
Incredibly so.
Yeah, which was the same. I was like, get the fuck.
Well, when the allegations first came out, you can tell when they're fucking lying and when they have all this shit already made up. Because they were so confident with the Vic stuff and everything else. They were so confident. No, you don't know the story. We know the story. And then when Damon's situation comes up, the first thing is like, hold on. We need to wait until more details come out before we decide on this. Like, you knew, like, they had no fucking idea what was going on.
Well, the problem with saying we need to wait for more details is someone came out and said, hey, he's going to commit suicide, and if you don't take that article down, you're going to have to write about it.
Exactly.
Blood will be on your hands.
So obviously, people in the industry, went, as Crumbrown was saying, right from the very get-go, before he had retracted, before anything, he immediately comes out, or I said he, it could be a she, I apologize, it's very sexist of me, sorry. Them could have what? Like, I mean, God damn it, this situation is just very frustrating. Someone within the industry comes out, contacts A&N, and demands that they remove a story and threatens fucking suicide over it.
Not just A&N, by the way. Because
oh my goodness!
This was the funny part. This was the funny part because in the information that got shared and doxed was Duncan's email. So they sent an email to Sony, they sent an email to Funimation, to Crunchyroll, to A&N, and to Duncan saying that, oh, you have to retract this or else ... Yeah,
I mean, we know that they threatened the kid, so here's my problem. If you issue out threats and you're contacting media organizations threatening literal fucking suicide, and you put the accuser's email out there, so now many people can reach out to him, bro, like, at this point, if he walks it back, you know it's very suspect. And you know that your behavior is incredibly suspicious. I'm gonna do sus. No, it's really fucking suspicious, and someone needs to look into this man immediately. And you cannot have him working on series that you know minors are watching for more than obvious reasons. For more than obvious
what's crazy?
Reasons.
He got announced recently for the voice of one of the Haikyuu characters.
Jesus fucking Christ!
He got a new role the day before the Anime News Network article hit.
Oh my god, that's hilarious. Jesus Christ. You guys know he can't, like, literally, you can't have him on that. Oh, god damn. Here's the problem. Everything comes in threes. So I don't know. You roll that dice, motherfucker. You fucking roll it. Let's see what happens. Oh, goodness. Goodness gracious.
I mean, we've had 2 haymakers this week already. I just can't wait for the third.
Yeah, but
Everything
I
comes
think
in threes.
I think what you were saying earlier, though, when you were on my stream, Crumb, I think that what you're saying about Lindsay Leverage, she should go boss to the wall and just say fuck it. You know what I mean? Just unleash everything. Just say,
I implored to her on Saturday. When I put it out there, I said, Lindsay, like, I don't like you, I don't respect you at all. But I'm like, you can come on my podcast. I'll let you talk. I'll just mute myself. You can just talk. But for God's sake, if you have a shred of integrity, like you're patting yourself on the back, ensuring yourself that you have the fucking truth. Go out here and talk about it, because she has names in the industry. She knows who's fucking doing everything. She could just blow this wide open and actually be the journalist that she tells herself that she is. She could do all of it.
Wait, I got one. I think it'll be good. Let me freshen up here. All right, Lindsay. I know you don't want to listen to Crumbrion, who's clearly white. I can't see him right now, but you just hear it in the voice. But as a Palestinian, one of the ultimate minorities, listen, you need to be somewhat morally consistent, right? Yeah, you have to be. Okay, what's going on here is wrong. Now, listen, me personally, I think that you're just upset that your story got killed and you were trying to make a name for yourself. I know. It sucks when your big opportunity gets just swiped out from right underneath you. But see, here's the thing. Let's say that you're a selfish, greedy, dirty bitch, right? Well, out all of these bastards, because your career is already over. You tried to take a shot at a gay male whose career is on the fucking rise, and you took a shot at him, right? And then you went on a fucking little tirade on Twitter. Oh my goodness, you think they'll ever let that go? Oh, no. You better, just go all in right now when you know that they are in a very weak position, because, again, this merger thing's very huge. And just take your shot, because it's the only time you're going to be able to make it. And let's say that you're not selfish, dirty, and greedy, which, again, I don't mind. Greed is a natural human trait. It's fine. And so we should be honest about it. But let's say that you're a wholesome person. You actually care. Well, if you actually fucking care, you know what happened here is fucking wrong. So what are you doing, you stupid bitch? Anyways, I think that I have implored you to do the right thing or do the greedy thing and the wrong thing. Either way, it's the same. Just fucking out these motherfuckers. Holy shit. There we go.
Well, look, at this point, I mean, she might already be up. For all we know, she could already be on the chopping block over there at ANN just for putting out that article, right? Because the thing is,
if putting out the tweets.
Well, for the tweets, I should say, yeah, not, but maybe even the article too. Because think about it, she did that, right? She went through with that. I'm sure there's people at ANN that back her, but I'm sure there's also people at ANN that are just looking out for, their own vested interest.
People at ANN that are looking out for the advertisement from Crunchyroll.
Well, exactly. That's what I mean. They want to keep that good relationship. That door with Funimation, which is going to become Crunchyroll. They want to keep that door open, right?
Why
so
do
they're going to
her
be.
Story got killed.
Well, let me paint a picture for you real quick. That seems this could be plausible. Again, I don't have any contacts in ANN, so I can't say for sure this is how shit went down. But ANN gets contacted by Duncan, right? Gets this information, this really juicy topic. Lindsay's all over it, has a video call. She actually said she had a video call with Duncan to talk about it, goes all about it. And she doesn't write about teen breakups, right? So she's all in on this story. Goes to Chris, says, look, we have to publish this. It's probably going to cause some issues with our sponsorship deal with Funimation, right? So Chris is like, well, let me see what we can do. Chris forces Lindsay to sit on this for 6 months because they already know about the merger at this point, but they haven't announced it publicly, right? So they have to hold on to that news until after the merger takes place, until an approved time. Meanwhile, Chris in the background, or whoever's above Lindsay at this point, is taking all of the information that Duncan had put in there, taking the unredacted picture, stuffing it in a public server, taking Duncan's photographs, stuffing it in a public server, and then quietly telling people, hey, by the way, there's going to be an article showing up shortly after the merger announcement. Make sure this kid disappears. And because, like I said on Toy's channel, and like I said on Saturday, the only way people knew that Duncan was the person that they're claiming him to be elsewhere, I'm not going to say his name, was because ANN leaked the freaking information. They leaked his photos, they leaked his Facebook stuff, they leaked the messages that had his name unredacted in them. Anime News Network was the only person to have access to those. And if that didn't exist, it doesn't matter if 50 people on Kiwi Farms wrote about it.
I mean, the problem with all of that is, at this point, like, I'm not talking about Lindsay. I'm talking about the entirety of ANN.
Absolutely.
Is completely discredited. I'm not talking about the whole, I'm sitting there accusing them of, not knowing what they're fucking talking about or being a paid chill. I'm saying that you had someone come forward as a source, right? You guaranteed them anonymity because they were a source. Yep. And then because your paymaster came in and bitch slapped your ass around, you leaked out everything about him to the person that he was accusing and the big mega corporation that signs your fucking paychecks. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. You are disgusting.
They're done.
Fucking disgusting.
Well, think about it.
I mean, and like,
remember
Lindsay,
Duncan?
let's be real. Maybe you think you're going to salvage your fucking career at ANN. Why would you want to at this point?
Exactly.
Jesus Christ. Like, the ANN is like, here's the thing. Maybe you can't. Maybe you don't think that you have the ability to actually do any damage in the anime industry. Launch your career by just putting the fucking axe down the neck on fucking ANN. Look, let's be real. They wronged you. They absolutely wronged you. I doubt she just wrote the story and posted it. She probably spoke with people and had clearance, I would imagine.
Oh,
right?
Absolutely.
Not only did
ANN throw her under the bus,
her right in the fucking back.
They not only threw her under the bus, they backed over her to make sure they finished the job.
Someone at ANN killed your entire fucking career, and you know they did it. They guaranteed you that they had your fucking back, and then when you turned, they put a fucking knife in it. So, like, What the fuck are you doing, you lazy bitch? Go after these people. I mean, I support the underdog. Your political ideology probably greatly disagrees with the Muslim like myself. But come on. Like, don't be fucking lazy right now. Bite back, you wimpy fucking puppy. Fucking bite back. They bitch slapped you around too. They got bitch slapped by the paymaster, and they bitch slapped your ass around. Have some fucking pride. These people don't give a shit about you. Like, what did they tell you? We have to do this. This is for your fucking career. You don't understand. You don't understand. This is your future that we're talking about. Bitch, come on. Think about it. Think about it. They're telling you to shut up because you can actually cause them damage, right? They're not telling you to shut up because it's completely ineffective and you'll be destroyed. They're telling you to shut up because they're terrified. Oh, God damn it. I just hate stupid, lazy people. And she's been wrong, too. She's been wronged as well.
Absolutely.
Oh, God. And, like, if you were greedy, if you were petty, if you were a good person, if any of these things were true, what the fuck you doing? And if you're not going to do any of it, I would imagine it is the sin of sloth. You're just lazy. That's unfortunate. But anyways, I don't have much else to go over on this topic, unless you guys do.
No, I was gonna say I actually gotta head out. But
Mhm.
thanks for having me on for a bit.
Oh, dude, I always love having you on. Take it easy.
And I will talk to you all later. You have a good night.
Have a good night. So I'm on my goal to get completely yeeted off of the internet. And I was gonna talk about the brave and the beautiful the swimming champion, Lia Thompson.
Oh
Thomas,
yeah.
Lia Thomas. Sorry, Lia Thomas. Hold on, let me just get this this tip from Ron Toye for $1. I'm pretty sure this is the real Ron Toye, but it says, "I heard some packy loser was talking trash about me. Don't make me beat Monica to show you how much of a man I am, sir." Pretty sure that's not the real Ron Toye. If it was, I'd actually die of fucking laughter. But anyways, Crumb, have you heard of anything regarding the brave and the beautiful Lia Tomei?
The 479th ranked swimmer that apparently
okay. Here, let me show you something. Okay, I was saving this for
made
the
a
end,
miraculous comeback to steal first place from strong, beautiful women.
Okay, listen. This is a 20 tweet thread that they are all liking and sharing, right? By a woman who is not a medical professional and is not an athlete and has no connection to either thing. But she put out a 20 tweet thread informing people about biology and sports for women. And I want to save it for the end because I found it just precious and adorable.
Oh boy.
Oh goodness. See, here, I'll give you a little bit of a spoiler here. She has these exhibits, right? And she points out sports that women are better than men at, and one of it is competitive shooting, right?
Yeah, that is historically accurate.
One is surfing.
Didn't hear about that, but that's interesting. I guess
and the other is the niche, but quite popular sport of ultra endurance racing.
What?
So
what the hell is that?
So look, we'll go through the thread later. But one thing you're gonna realize is specifically none of that shit's contact. None of that is contact.
None of that is contact unless you fall off your bike.
But I'll give it to Little Miss Becker. I'll give it to Little Miss Becker. If you would like, I fully endorse, except for my wife's team. Men and women leagues for rugby be completely eliminated. I think we should all just let them play together. and we just keep doing that until you realize just how fucking wrong you are, you stupid bitch. But we'll get back into that thread later. But can you imagine that? Can you imagine?
We should just have
co-ed rugby.
I would love to see like an unlimited category for the Olympics where they just allow fucking everything. Like you can do coke, you could do steroids, men, women.
I mean,
like,
yeah, I wouldn't
circus
mind them
animal.
taking. I wouldn't mind performance enhancing drugs only because they all fucking do it. Like,
Exactly.
actually, there's that one chick, and I think she just like produces like an abnormal amount of testosterone, and they're like, well, it gives her like a really big advantage. I'm like, well, and like, I mean, some of those motherfuckers are dosing. Like, what do you want me to fucking say?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
oh god, that's probably like the worst way of saying that. But like, realistically, I just, this is something I have issues with on so many different levels. I want to get into it, but first, let me get these tips. Alcoholic Fox, well, thank you for the tip for $40 Jesus.
Damn.
I've been sitting here for a while listening to this, and all I've gotten put of it is people are fucking cowards. Well, yeah, totally, duh, no shit. People are fucking cowards, and there is possibly a predator being protected by some cunts in corporations. Figures. I'll never understand the moral grandstanding online. People do it because it makes them feel good about themselves when in reality they're just fucking awful people. I think that's what moral grandstanding online's about.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have another tip from Liar Thomas. Women are better at certain sports. Believe me, I'm a woman. Wink, wink. Look, don't get me in trouble with fucking YouTube with your fucking tips, but also that was funny. My issue with this is just twofold, right? One, yes, obviously men do have a biological advantage, and I understand that there are some sports that women can do just as good or better than the men can. The overwhelming majority, men have a clear biological advantage for many fucking reasons.
I mean, size being a primary one, just overall.
I think like bone structure, density, larger hands. I mean, there's a few that they're
different.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong. I understand if Leah then takes what's HRT or whatever. I understand
Maybe
they take that,
estradiol probably,
but that does not affect Leah's bone structure or density,
no,
or
that
their
stuff's already
hands,
done.
or anything physical, right? That would be
It does actually cause muscle atrophy eventually.
Okay. Well, eventually. Well, okay. I mean,
It depends on how long she's been
any of the
doing it.
physical things that we were just talking about, right? In
Yeah.
terms of like muscle atrophy, I didn't even go into muscles, but like if the muscles are the same as the biological females, it doesn't remove any of the other advantages, and that's
true.
Yeah. Now, my other issue with it, sorry, back to that first one. Again, because of that, if you allow for Leah Thomas to, keep competing against biological females, at the end of the day, if you want to be competitive, right? If you want your school to be represented, right, and get number one, which is very important to these people, why the fuck would you go for a biological female as an athlete? Like, just realistically, why would you not want to have a transgender swimmer? Because again, if it's male to female, they're just going to have an advantage. Yeah, I mean, they deny it all they fucking want. I'm sorry, it's true, right? And the problem is they don't even. The problem is when you say that, these people don't have an honest conversation, right? Because then they'll go like, "But what if it's a male to female and they transitioned when they were like 2 years old, and then they had went through female puberty, and like they'll come up with the most absurd fucking reasoning to justify this shit. When in reality, all you have here is a biological male just completely crushing women, right? Overtly crushing them. And like, I understand that they've had some bad times, but the problem is their team then accuses them of straight up rigging the fucking matches. Like, what do you want me to say? Everybody has a problem with it. Teammates have a problem with it. People watching have a problem with it. Random fucking observers are like, what the fuck are you doing? And what happens? Fucking NBC's Today Show is airbrushing the photo of Leah Thomas to make them look more feminine and purdy.
Well, they do that to everybody, to be fair. They do a lot of like touch-ups, but that's, I mean, I would argue that doesn't even look more feminine.
I mean, it just makes them look nicer, I guess.
It just makes them look like an alien. Like, it's so weird.
I mean, here's the problem. The photo on the right is a very, look.
The photo on the right looks like someone who's been swimming for like 10 minutes.
It also looks like a guy.
Well, I mean, they all look exactly the same with the shower caps on.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, if you had to guess.
I've seen a lot of very manly women.
Okay. If you had to guess.
I wouldn't be able to guess, honestly. I would have to look at this swimsuit.
So dishonest.
I'd have to look at the swimsuit. I have no idea. I don't watch swimming. I don't fucking know.
What do you?
But I've seen some very manly looking women.
Okay,
like,
actually, I understand what you're saying now, so I take it back. I take it back. I'm sorry. I take it back. I take everything back. I know exactly what you're talking about. Okay, all right. Let's move on. Okay, I'm a Democrat and feminist. Every one of my IRL friends I've spoken to thinks Leah Thomas competing on women's teams is unfair to women. Almost none feel safe to share this opinion publicly because they will get attacked, publicly lose their jobs, and be threatened with violence. Isn't that fucking sad? Like, my second problem, it's not just being phased out of sports. I mean, look.
Zombie Fox, have you seen LJ Montello's jawline? It stretches across California. Let me tell you.
That's not, yeah, exactly. Look, if you have to bully people into fucking silence, you don't have their compliance. You just do not. And I've been trying to say this for the longest time. You're not going to have a like large base of support, at least not the base of support that they think they have for transgender people, because they do shit like that. They bully people into silence. Well, as soon as they have the ability to shut you down, they'll seize on it because you're just bullying them into silence.
And that's the most, like, it's so rough because like myself being in that crowd, I fucking hate it so much, and I speak up against it, and I get shit on, even though I am in that sphere of things, because it's like, oh, you're just internalized misogyny. No,
what the fuck?
It's not. It's like the people are so like, I don't know where like democracy became like just put in the trash bin, right? Because like democracy was built to have opposition. If you don't have opposing views, then you don't have a democracy.
Well, so Crump, let me ask you, because this is one of the most absurd things that I've ever heard, right? Because for me, I have no issue with trans people that are like male to female, female to male.
Yeah.
I get it, and I could understand it, and there was an argument for it that made sense to me, right? Then non-binary got thrown in. Then gender fluidity. Then it was like trigender, non-gender. Then it was 54 genders. And I said, okay, now you're just making shit up, and you're actually like. Then I stopped fucking caring, because at a certain point they completely abandoned their own arguments in favor of just absurd fucking nonsense for attention. Like,
well, this is twofold, though. A twofold answer for that.
Well, no, because the other thing I was gonna say was when you look for an explanation for what that is, like when you say, okay, if all the genders are the same, why would you, if you're male to female, right? Why can't you just, declare yourself as a woman, right? Why do you need to transition, right? Because, they're the same. And then their response is, it's not up to me to tell someone how they feel, and I'm not part of that group, and I don't understand.
These are people that aren't confident in their own selves. They don't have a position to stand on. They've been basically browbeaten into submission and to be a nice little sheep for the machine. Like myself, who are very strong-willed, very strong-minded, that get attacked by these lunatics because I hold strong positions on things. And it's like, I don't fucking care. I don't care what other people think about me. I don't care if other people call me X, Y, or Z. I don't give a shit. Like, at the end of the day, if someone goes up to you, for example, and starts calling you David, but your name's not fucking David, and they get mad at you when you say, actually, my name is not David. Like, that's their fucking problem. At the end of the day, it's not yours. If people want to be idiots, they're going to be idiots. I mean, Twitter has shown us that. Like, social media has shown us that people are going to be idiots no matter how many fucking times they get corrected. That's fine. Live your fucking life. Go do what you want to do. When it comes down to the whole gender definition nonsense where it gets really wackadoo, I honestly do blame this on the female to male side of things. Because when you look at this, and I don't just the other day, Detransition Awareness Day or Detransition Visibility Day happened. I didn't even know that was. I don't even know what that was a fucking thing. But apparently that's the thing. But 100%, I am going on record and saying 100% of people that I saw using the hashtag Detrans Awareness Day bullshit, 100% were female to male transitions.
You know, here's the thing.
Every one of them.
You know, and it's been said many times that, you know, we used to have we used to have tomboys, right? We used to have
tomboys. It's not acceptable anymore.
No, because the moment they identify anything that, oh my God, it's so fucking annoying with these people. Right, because I grew up in the fucking 90s, and that was when, you know, video games are for both boys and girls. Like, come on. Power Rangers, your sister's got to like Power Rangers, like fucking Sailor Moon, bitch. And then, like, I'm watching fucking Pokemon. Anyways, but that was the whole argument, right? You could be a girl and like boys things. Exactly. I mean, they really did say you could be a boy and like girls things, but that was basically the fucking thing, right? You could like whatever you fucking like. Right now it's, oh, my daughter is 4 years old and she liked a racing car, so I'm gonna call her Tommy now. It's absurd. And like I think that you know, you got to be so careful because it's kids. Right?
Well, this is what I say about the whole situation.
Yeah.
Like being a trans person myself, this is what I say from the situation. You should never approve hormone replacement or transition before the age of 25. Looking back from when I was 17 to 18, 18 to 19, etc., I was a different person like fucking monthly. And I think people can look at that and say, well, I'm 27 now. Look at back when I was 25. Oh, fuck. Yeah, actually, I was a hugely
So I think it's because the brain doesn't finish developing until you're 25.
It's around that. I mean, some people, it's a bit later. But basically, you're not going to set into your own, and you're not going to be a person. You're not going to be confident. You're not going to be like set in your ways until you're like 28, 29. But 25, some people can mature around there.
Believe me, you're not set in your fucking ways until you own a house and you got a wife and all these fucking responsibilities that come with it. Hold on, I gotta get these two tips really quick.
Go for it.
Based Furry for 69 and a 0. Hey, where the hell is commentary with their moral flagging freedom of speech with this shit? Seriously, the thoughts of losing my fucking job for an opinion online is sad. My opinion is my opinion. If you don't like it, don't let the door hit you in the ass. I mean, look, I think there's a lot of people that do the freedom of speech, I fight for freedom of speech. I think there's a lot of people do that don't actually mean it, right?
Yeah, they have no idea what that means.
Yeah, no, they really don't. So I don't think you should rely on anyone, but like if you have an issue with something, I think you gotta be vocal about it. And I think that actions will speak louder than words. And also, when you take no actions and you also refuse to speak, that also is a pretty significant statement in and of itself.
Exactly.
As far as if you care about a certain thing. I think there's a lot of people that will like meme and make jokes about this, but I said it myself. Unless the girls that are actually competing make a statement and take a stand, right? We can only comment on it. And it's pretty clear nobody is fucking okay with it. Yet
they never will, though.
Yeah.
That's the problem. Because they're waiting for other people to do it for them.
Well, we'll get into it because someone did speak up. And, yeah. Gildor, thank you for the tip. Crow, for 420. Crow, did you hear about the Babylon Bee getting locked out of their Twitter account for calling Rachel Levine a man? Yeah, I heard. I heard. How
can you ban the Babylon Bee for being a meme?
The problem is people on the left hate the Babylon Bee because they fall for the headlines.
Oh God. The first thing I do when I see a weird headline is I go to the About Us page.
Yeah. Good. See, that's good logic. GG Evans, thank you for the tip. These trans activists are like the Borg. They took and assimilated all the tomboys and replaced it with this Kool-Aid haired monstrosity. Well, I mean, yeah, no, the moment you see a girl identify with anything that would be, traditionally male, it's like they start to assume that means that they are trans. And like the thing is, and this for like, let's say it's a boy, right? And they say, well, I want to be a girl. And you go, why? Because I want to play with dolls, right? Okay.
There's the option to do that.
Yeah, look, you got to be clear to your child that it's okay to do that, right? And then maybe they still do want to be a girl. I don't fucking know, right? But like, assuming that they actually do when they're telling you the reason why is because I want to play with fucking dolls, be a little weird, right? And again, you're talking to like really young kids. The argument, though, against what you said, Crumb, to my understanding, is that their lives would be so much better if they just transitioned earlier, right? If they did it before they hit puberty, they could live like better lives or something of that. They wouldn't be
absolutely not.
And the justification, to my understanding, goes into because suicide rates are so high. If we just transition them sooner, that would somehow be an improvement.
Let's talk about that for a second. How everyone talks about the suicide rates for trans people, right? No one breaks that down to what the definition to what that breaks down between female to male and male to female, because we see 100% of the people that are supporting detransition being female to male. So they can transition back no problem, and they often do, and then they use that as a badge saying, oh, look at me, I'm a survivor. I can't even get my boobs reconstructed. I have ovarian cysts now. Please, like, shower me with pity. We don't hear from the male to female because they are the 41%. Because there is no transitioning back once you get things removed. Once that's gone, that's gone. You can't grow that back like a starfish.
Wait, what was the South Park thing? It's easier to dig a hole than build a bowl.
Exactly. But no one breaks it down like that. You have 100% of the people that are supporting detransitioning being female to male transitions, which is great, fine. You can have a life, you can have babies, you can do whatever else. Oh, poor you don't have tits anymore.
Look. I've seen some of that detransition stuff where the women are basically saying that, they weren't given any sort of consent or any sort of informed consent because they were just told.
Go to the doctor and say, I want to transition. The doctor's like, all right, here you go.
Well, no, some of those stories were more like, they're 16 and somebody told them that they were trans. And so they just accepted it and they go, but I was emotionally depressed and I was bipolar and I had all of these these mental health issues.
You have a free Sunday afternoon and you want something to curl up with some hot cocoa, type in the hashtag detransition visibility day and just go to town.
I'm not going to do that.
I can tell you will see. You will see stuff worse than Reddit on there. It's like I thought I was transgender, and I just turned out to be autistic. I'm not even kidding you.
No, but here's the problem: when these people go to speak to mental health professionals or speak
don't.
to...
They don't, though. They go to the doctor.
Well, if
and
they
they
go to
say-
the... Okay. Look.
They
if
go to
the
their general
story-
practitioner.
Okay. Oh my god. If they can just go to a doctor, right? And that's it, and they can just start transitioning.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a problem.
That's the world we live in
huge
now.
Problem. Like okay. Oh my god.
That's the world we live in now because we live in this world where you cannot question them if they're transitioning.
Okay. So then it makes sense that so many trans people are fucking mentally insane. Like,
yeah.
I
mean, we went from prescribing pills for ADHD and all this stuff. Your child's just overactive. We're just gonna fill them up with pills. We went from doing that to being like, oh yeah, your kid's just trans, so we're just gonna cut their tits off or cut their dick off, and there you go. Like, take these fucking licenses away from these doctors.
Well, here's the problem that I hear. What happened in Canada because they signed that shit into law. If you were a psychiatrist, right, and you're like a child psychiatrist, right, and the child says that they identify and they want to be a girl or something, right, they are not allowed to question the child in any way, shape, or form. They have to just keep pushing that.
They can't question it because that would be considered a human rights issue.
Yeah, so I'm like, I mean, this is the thing in Canada that was like signed into law, and like people on the left like make fun of it like it's not a big deal. I'm going like, no, it's a pretty big deal. You're not only are they trying to like transition kids, right, which is disturbing, they also do not want those children to have any type of actual professional counseling over the subject. No,
they don't want to have any quote unquote stigma surrounding it.
Yeah, so like, okay. So that's wrong. That's incredibly fucking wrong. And like the idea that this is, again, what they always point to are the fucking suicide rates. And I'm just going like, listen, man, I to my understanding, and no joke, I remember I was watching this like debate or something. I can't really remember what it was from. But like the person goes, suicide rates were lower for fucking Jewish people during the Holocaust.
Yeah.
And the person goes, but that's because their families didn't betray them. And I'm like,
no,
bitch, are you fucking serious?
Here's
what the fuck?
Like
that's
you get told.
Like, are you insane? And I was like, well, it makes sense. Because if you're like dealing with like, if you're bipolar or something, you go to the fucking doctor. The doctor like just goes along with it. Like, that's, oh god.
Like, think of it this way: you have bipolar disorder, you have borderline personality disorder, you have schizophrenia, you have anxiety, you have depression. You're going to a doctor and saying like, look, doctor, I feel like this. If you're fucking 14 or 15, you don't understand this shit. You haven't gone to college. You don't know what these things are because schools don't fucking teach you anything practical nowadays. So you're going into this being like, I don't know. My friends tell me I might be this. Doctor's like, okay, here's a prescription. We'll set you up for surgery. See you later. And then your issues don't go away. They just continue. That's why we see this shit. It's because they're fucking doing the wrong thing to solve the issue. It's not gender dysphoria. For some of these people, it's not. For some people, it might be. But sometimes it's fixed by just the hormone treatment. Sometimes you have to have the gender-affirming surgeries. But that takes a lot of time to figure out. And you can't ask a fucking 15-year-old to make that life-altering decision.
Well, but
irresponsible.
But they want to.
Of course they want to.
Well, yeah, I mean, and I don't want to like derail too much, but just like, they had this weird obsession, and it's why people start throwing around grooming, because they want to talk to children about these subjects, and they want the children to be able to like essentially not only see. Here's the thing with the transgender shit: it's not only have they basically removed the parents from the equation in
Yep.
certain areas, they're basically allowing a child to consent to medical procedures. And we're talking about like children as young as like 5 or
Absolutely.
even younger than that.
Yeah.
So I think that, you know, the problem is we're like on two completely different pages in this country, right? There are people that, you know, believe that like literal, you know, 4-year-olds should be able to consent to medical procedures, and the parents should be not allowed to question it, and that, you know, psychiatrists should not be allowed to talk to the child and make sure that's the best decision. Like,
Does that not sound like some fucking myopic, like Orwellian future? That doesn't sound like reality.
it doesn't, but it is. It doesn't, but
It's
it
the
is.
reality we live in.
I mean,
It's so crazy.
yeah, and I think that, you know, when you reach that point with people, when you reach that point in society, you got to make some decisions. I don't know what those decisions are, but, you know, let's just be real. This shit is so disturbing. It really is.
It is.
Now, when getting back into the main topic with, you know, Leah Thomas, I mean, if you want to see stigma right now, it's just being built because of Leah Thomas, right?
Oh yeah.
I mean, people are not comfortable with it. People are saying, you know, there's a very clear biological advantage that men have in this sport, because I know some crazy bitch on Twitter identified 3, one being the most niche of niche shit that I've ever fucking seen. Ultra endurance racing, Jesus fucking, the most competitive of Olympic sports, the one every day. I tune into that all the time. It's just a rousing good time. Me and my friends just grab some beers and watch people on bicycles. It's like the Tour de France, only longer and less like. Oh
That was
god,
exciting.
oh god! I said the Tour de like it, but the Tour de France is boring as shit to me too. God damn. But, like, you know, I just mean like in this, men have the biological advantage. Yeah, ladies. Sorry, I will say this though. I will say this: if the women will not speak up, all I will stipulate to the New World Order is that we get it enshrined in stone somewhere that men are better at everything, including being. I just want that enshrined in stone. I'll submit to the New World Order. I just want that enshrined in fucking stone, and I want it in every courthouse. Like, right? Because they don't want the Pledge of Allegiance, so get rid of anything related to the fucking Supreme Court and shit. Like, you don't even need judges anymore. We'll just have like that. Be like
No, I mean having judges is like, that's like ignorant, man.
Yeah, I mean, it really is. I mean, should judges just really be deciding people's fate?
Exactly.
Let's be real, man. Everybody makes mistakes.
Have them read a book instead.
Chi Evan, thank you for the tip. Mr. Garrison's brand new badge is number 5 on my top 10 South Park episodes. It shows the futility of the trans movement. It's only cosmetic change, not a complete overhaul of your biology. When I have the technology to rebuild them, no offense. I mean, look, here's the thing. Everybody's going to the metaverse and shit. But eventually the technology might actually exist to fully transition someone, or at least do it in a less destructive format. But at the end of the day, I am never gonna like be okay with the idea of not only you know, transitioning children, but also removing the parents from the equation, and, you know, removing any type of informed consent. It's fucking ridiculous.
I agree. I honestly don't think that kids should be making those decisions. I don't even think that young adults should be. I think there should be some qualifications to make that decision, and it should be a time process. It shouldn't. You have to, like, if you've spent your entire life being like one gender or one way, you can't just like instantly snap and be like, oh yeah, now I know how to be like, now I know how to do this, now I know how to do that. You have to, it's a learning process, and it can be very jarring, and it's not like people just instantly accept you one way or the other either. So
I just want to say that you are the most misogynistic guest I've ever had on the show. It's actually becoming a little bit uncomfortable for me because I'm so in touch with my feminine side. So because maybe we just chill it a little bit.
Well, I have been told that I've threatened publications into silence. So
yeah, I saw that shit. I was fucking great. It's like, wait, how? Who was that fucking person that posted that shit? Because like, I'm sitting there going like, all you said was if they don't post it or something of that nature, that you would get it run through like and get the story run anyways. With like more details or whatever. I don't know. But it's like really, it was like what? Like what was the threat? I don't understand what the fucking threat was. That the story was going to get
actual
published no matter what. The story was going to get published no matter what. Like that was the big threat. Oh my goodness, he was threatening us into action.
I was threatening with actual journalism.
She was gonna destroy our entire careers. Oh my god, dude. I don't fucking know these people. It's just insane.
They're lunatics.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
lunatics.
Okay, so the girl who lost her spot in the NCAA swimming championship just got suspended from Twitter for her post about Leah Thomas.
Incredible. I'll be right back. My food is here.
Okay.
I got shawarma, so it's
okay. This I mean, like, I would just assume that this is a guy. I'm not trying to be like you know, transphobic or anything, but like it just really does look like a dude. He just had a biological male competing against women in a competitive sport where, you know, biological men have a clear advantage over biological female. I mean, some of the times have just been insane. I remember like the first clip that really went nuts. Leah is so far ahead. They're literally swimming in the opposite direction of the rest of the swimmers, right? They're just like so fucking far ahead of them. And it's just been insane how they've been doing this shit while pretending that there's nothing wrong with it. Yeah, I wish I could see what the post was that they put up, but I do have the article, so it might be in there. Okay, so or maybe they mention it. We'll see. So NCAA swimmer wants rule change after missing out on finals to Leah Thomas. Which is sad. I mean, it is. A Virginia Tech swimmer blasted the NCAA over its rule allowing transgender women to compete against biological women after she came up short in a championship qualifying race that was dominated by University of Pennsylvania transgender swimmer Leah Thomas. Rekha Georgi leveled the criticism in a post to her private Instagram account after missing the cut on Thursday to compete in the finals of 500 free at the NCAA championships, Fox News reported. It doesn't promote our sport in a good way, and I think it is disrespectful against the biologically female swimmers who are competing in the NCAA. Georgie said the rule that has received considerable scrutiny since Thomas has smashed records in her first season competing at the collegiate level as a transgender woman. I mean, look, they've been completely crushing the women that they've been competing against. I mean,
Most of them.
Well, I know that there was one race where Leah lost. Like, I mean, lost. They got like 5th place or something. But the time was so far off from the rest of their performances. It's like, look, if either you were sick or you clearly took a fucking dive, right? The problem is, you know, this stuff is competitive, right?
Of course.
It is. It's very competitive for these schools. So if you tell them, hey, like, we can just, like, cheat. We just cheat, right? You want to just cheat? Wouldn't cheating just be easier? I mean, they're guaranteed to fucking win. Nobody else is cheating like we're doing. And, like, you're just crushing these girls. You absolutely are. This is just sick. It's mean. It's wrong. Like, if you want to have a transgender league or an anything league, anything goes, like, I don't fucking care, right? But this is wrong. It's just disturbing. And I do feel somewhat bad for girls that are actually trying and are just being, like, bitch slapped. Because I remember one story where it was like a track thing, right? And two girls lost their spot, and the two transgender athletes that beat them hadn't actually transitioned in any way, shape, or form. They just had started calling themselves by female names. Sorry. I guess that is transitioning. But, like, holy shit. I mean, come on. Like, it was literally the Macho Man Randy Savage skit on South Park.
That was hilarious, but yes.
Yeah, sorry, Crumb. I didn't mean to keep ranting there.
Oh no, the thing is with these types of things, I'm not super versed on a whole lot of this sport nonsense. If my understanding is if there's weight classes, this is less of an issue, right? If they go by weight class, because I'm pretty sure I don't remember when or where or how, but there was a weightlifting competition. They had weight classes, and the transgender person placed like 500th. Like, she was fucking terrible. Like, she went worse from her own, like, when she was going against when she before transitioning in the male category, she was like 150th or something, and she went to the female category after she transitioned, and she got like 500th. It was like bad. But
yeah, like, I think if you did weight classes, that would probably work, but not for all sports.
That's obviously.
The issue. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing. There are some ways in which it could work, but there's not a one-size-fits-all solution here, other than to completely separate and have a new category. Yeah. Right? That's literally the only way of doing it if you want a one-size-fits-all. But otherwise, we can just
either have an intergender category and you include all types, or just have some sort of other thing. There's no perfect catch-all for it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just becoming ridiculous. I mean, not trying to be a dick, but, like, at the end of the day, when they keep doing shit like this and also keep denying that there's any type of outrage or backlash, or you try to just argue that it's all transphobic bigots and stupid shit like that, look, you're going to generate a lot of hatred towards the trans community because people are not okay with this, and you're ignoring them, and you're insulting them at the exact same time.
Absolutely.
Like, look, and yes, I understand the argument where you're going to argue that trans women are being murdered all the time or something of that nature, right? Look, I don't give a shit what your argument is on these subjects, right? You're ignoring a group of people that are complaining about a tangible fucking issue that is right in front of you, and you're insulting them, right? Yeah. Like, you're just going to generate outrage no matter how much sympathy you try to generate, right? Nobody gives a shit when they think you're taking advantage of people, right? And that's what this looks like. Look, I mean, let's be real. Nobody's okay with it. Leah Thomas is just fucking crushing these girls. Just like, it doesn't give a shit. Who's the other one? Fallon Fox literally cracking skulls, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, these people know that they're taking advantage of a broken system. Just don't give a shit, right?
Well, because no one's paying attention.
Well, people are starting to pay attention. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the more people pay attention, like, you wanted them to watch these fucking sports, though. Have fun.
Exactly. They're dying for it.
Now they're paying attention, and they're complaining, and they're telling you stop, and you're sitting there going, ignore it, it's just the stupid right-wing bigots. We're better than that. And people going like, "Fuck you, this is wrong," and you're just like, "Oh, fuck off, transphobe." Like,
this is stuff that I've been saying in regards to even like canceling and nonsense online. The social media extremists, right? When you look at things, you see these psychopaths like, oh, the right wingers, oh, the transphobes, all the N words. Both sides have their extremes, and both sides have their extremes on social media like constantly. But what we don't see is like the 95% of the general public who doesn't participate in any of that stuff except liking a cat picture here and there. They don't fucking get into these like slap fights on Twitter. They don't understand about this bullshit. And when that comes to them, they're like, holy crap. Well, that's like well, that shouldn't be happening. And then they get attacked by some like lunatic left wing on Twitter and be like, well, you're just a neo-Nazi. It's like, hold on a second.
Yeah, no, that was pretty accurate for how fucking Twitter is.
Like, it's literally how it goes. And then people are like, whoa. And then people start paying attention and it becomes more of a mainstream thing. And then you start to see the general public being shaped by which side of the psychopath aisle is louder. Because then they're going to be like, well, I'm not listening to you because you're fucking crazy.
Here's the problem, though, right? I don't see any fucking real, genuine support being built up around this shit, right?
No.
It seems the longer this goes on, the more people are getting upset by it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Winning the championship just triggered it all over again. It was much worse than last time. So obviously these arguments that everybody against it is transphobic is fucking stupid. And you need
to
it
has nothing to do. It has nothing to do with that. It's like, oh my god, like like going back to the previous topic, Daman Mills, when he got called out for being a diddler, the first thing out of his fucking mouth was, it's because I'm gay. No, it's not. It's not at fucking all, because it's about you doing things that are not right and doing things that are wrong. We're focusing on that. We're not talking about who you choose to sleep with. In this case, we kind of are, but it's not. We're talking about age. We're not talking about gender. Like, good lord.
I thought this one was fucking great. I remember this article from January. We're uncomfortable in our own locker room. I hate the fucking anonymous source stories.
I hate them.
I really do. So like, if you want to fucking complain about this person, be open about it. Like, fucking stop being a coward. All right, let's talk about like absolute fucking insanity, and this will be the last thing for the night. And I call it absolute insanity because this idiot, this little fucking psycho, puts out a 20-tweet thread, and I think proves beyond a shadow of a doubt that Leah Thomas should not be competing against biological women. And again, we'll get back into it. I already showed you part of it. I've been hearing more frequently the narrative that women's sports apparently exist as a protected category, so the women can win because on this account, without it, no women will ever win again. This is not the reason why women's sports exist as a category. And part two. And B, it is not true that women will never win again. This narrative is profoundly paternalistic and keeps women small. Look.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Look. Hold on. Let me just take a random guess. I'm going to guess that this woman has never competed in anything physical in her entire fucking.
Well, she's a doctor, obviously not.
Well, no. She's an assistant professor. She's not a medical doctor, so I'm not going to call her a fucking doctor. I'm sorry. I don't care if you got your. I don't care if you got your doctorate. I don't give a shit. Fuck you, bitch. Look, I think women have many advantages over men, right? And as she points out, there are some sports that are not physical in any way, where that is highlighted, right? But we got to be real. Like, there's a reason why we would never have like men and women do co-ed rugby. There's a reason why we would never fucking
People
do
would
that.
literally be dead.
People would literally be fucking dead. Holy shit. Like, honestly, because I've seen some matches where there's like a trans person playing in a rugby match, like in the field. It's like, holy fuck! It's like they're so much bigger than the other girl, and they just like, oh god, it's like okay. It's like imagining a fucking pit bull going up against like a little chihuahua, right? Like it's pretty bad. It gets brutal.
It's just like like that one. I think it was the Powerpuff Girls that had like that. You know exactly what I'm talking about too. The 3 big buff guys that were dressed up like the Powerpuff Girls.
It's exactly like that shit. Like, okay. But look, I think that if you want to be real, like, and again, because I think this is a feminist chick, right? You have to be honest when you're talking about this stuff. And look, biological men will always have a physical advantage over a biological female. For the most part, you can probably find some extreme example where it's the opposite. I'm sure, but like on the overwhelming average for just about everybody, that is what it is. And if you can't be honest about it, like, you're the one that's keeping women small because you look like some insane little psycho that needs to lie to herself and everybody else because your worldview is just that fucked.
Well, if I can go like full Drexel here for a minute.
Yeah, go for
it. This is by design because women like her can't stand strong women. They can't stand alpha women because alpha women stand against everything that these women stand for, the beta women of the world. And the beta women want control by manipulation, by emotional, by everything else like that. They can't stand that there are strong women, that there are women out there. Okay. So they have to make everyone, oh, poor me, infantilize me. I can't do anything for myself.
Oh God, it gets better. It gets better. Don't worry. It gets better.
Misogyny just keeps getting worse. Don't worry.
Well, I mean, I think you need to keep it under control. Let's unpack this a little. Women's sport exists as a category because the dominance of men athletes was threatened by women competing. We see this over and over again in the history of sport. Okay. All right, let's get into it. Figure skating. Off to a fun start here. 1902. Wait. 1902? Holy shit, this woman is fucking nuts. Again. The reason why women's sport category exists is because the men were just threatened by the women.
Of course.
She's got her fucking thinking cap on nice and tight. In fact, it's so tight, there's hardly any oxygen getting to her brain. But that just keeps it safe. Exhibit A1, figure skating, 1902. Madge Sayers enters the world champs and comes second. No rule preventing her, though no woman has ever entered before. 1903. Women banned from world champs. 1905. Segregated women's category.
Damn. Madge did it.
Yeah, Madge is the reason why there was a women's category. It's all because of Madge. It's the only reason why. All because of Madge getting second place. I mean, the thing is, that story would have been better if it was like first place. Then you could have been like, "Oh, look at that!"
Exactly.
But no,
couldn't even find an example where a woman came in first. You have to show that because a woman lost, they made a completely separate category for them. Way to go.
Okay, well, here's one where someone actually gets a gold medal. All right, so Exhibit A2, skeet shooting, 1992, Barcelona. Zhang Sheng wins the gold medal. The event had always been an open event, no gendered categories. Okay, but they didn't ban women from competing. The fuck? What the actual fuck, you stupid bitch? They didn't ban the woman from competing. What the fuck? That didn't even. Oh my god, I hate their examples because they never add up to what they claim. All right, 1996 Atlanta, women banned from shooting. Did a woman compete the year before and crush the competition? Did they ever compete? Dude, is there anything? God damn it! This is an assistant professor, by the way, not a full-fledged professor. She's just an assistant. Okay, so let's just be clear. She's just an assistant.
Was there anything saying that Zhang Sheng was not a robot?
Zhang Sheng. Such a fun name. 2000 Sydney. Segregated women's category. Fewer targets for women.
Damn.
Okay. In 1999, 97, 98, 96, in any of those fucking years, did the women just beat the men? Because it sounds like in 2000, they made a separate category for women and gave them fewer targets. That might mean that they couldn't actually qualify to compete against the men. I don't know. Like, I don't know, because you didn't like show any, like, holy fuck. Okay. All right, let's try this. Exhibit A3, football. 1920, women's football thriving in the UK with 50... Oh my god.
Ruh-roh.
Women's football thriving in the UK with 53,000 strong crowds. Men had been fighting off in World War One.
So there's just literally no men to play football.
There was literally no men to play soccer.
Yeah.
It's soccer.
Women's football.
Okay, fuck you. Fuck you. Alright, fuck you. But also, like, fuck these people. And fuck that bitch. God damn. 1921, FA bans women's football. Men had returned from World War One.
Shocking.
Okay, the problem is you're not telling me that the women were better players than the men. Because remember, the point of this article was to lift women up and show that, you know, the patriarchy is the reason why they're saying you'll never win again. And like, her examples are just the fucking worst. Because remember, it was going to be like, I will show that this is, what was it? Hold on. Okay. This is A, not the reason why women's sports exists as a category, and B, it is not the reason why women will never win again. This narrative is profoundly paternalistic and keeps women small. Right? And then she goes, let's unpack this a little. Women's sports exist as a category because the dominance of men, athletes, was threatened by women competing. We see this over and over again in the history of sport. And like, what's her example over here, right? 1902 in figure skating. Right? This is, and it's a second place win. And I'm like, okay. Like, I will be a complete dick. Okay, maybe that was relevant. Okay, in 1902, maybe that was fucking relevant to fucking figure skating. Okay, figure skating. But
Everyone's favorite pastime in the 1902.
But nothing that she says about skeet shooting adds up to what she was just claiming. Literally nothing. Right? None of this ties together. 1982, a woman won in Barcelona the gold medal. Nothing beyond that. Right? Nothing beyond that. 1996, Atlanta, women banned from shooting. Nothing beyond that. 2000, Sydney, women category created where they have fewer targets. Nothing beyond that. Right? The argument that women's football was popular in the UK with 53,000 strong because the men went off through World War One. You are so stupid. It is actually fucking laughable. I mean, and then saying, well, then they banned it when the men returned. Yeah, look, you're not telling me that the women were better athletes. You're just telling me that the men were busy, and when they came back, they told the woman to get back in the kitchen.
The women were the only athletes at the time.
I mean, it was the 1920s.
Yeah.
According to every fucking historical movie I've ever seen, the men would often tell the women to get back in the fucking kitchen.
Yep.
1971. 50 years later, ban is lifted. Women's football is still recovering. Oh my god. Oh my god.
They can still win, though. They can still win.
Hey, guys, it was only unbanned. What is that? 50 years ago? It's only been over 50 years since they unbanned it, but we'll never recover. We'll never recover. Like, the advent of the fucking internet. These people can't fucking recover. Holy shit. Holy shit. I think that means it's dead. In hell. Holy shit, that's incredible. This woman is like literally fucking insane. That is great. That's absolutely great. That's why. That's why. Because they banned it in the past. That's why women's soccer isn't that popular.
What's their excuse for the WNBA?
I don't know if she's gonna mention it in here. Okay. More examples exist, but the pattern is clear. Bitch! Nothing! Oh my god, what do you mean? What do you fucking mean the pattern is clear? Nothing you did added up to anything that you were claiming. What do you mean the pattern is clear? It's all in your fucking head. Holy shit, you're
2 plus
insane.
2 equals 5, okay? That's legitimate now. That's a thing now.
12,000 people. Here's the look at this. 43,000 people like this. Almost 9K like this. 10,000, 10,000, 9,000, 10,000, 12,000, 10,000, 8,000, 6,000. Okay, at least somebody started to realize it was a little bit nuts. But then it went back up and then went down again.
How many likes do your tweets get? You don't get 12,000 likes. Women are winning in Twitter right now.
People fucking liking this shit. They are as insane as this psycho bitch is. All right. The thing is, because she has doctor in her fucking tag, right? Because she is doctor, says I'm a doctor. Everyone on the left is like authoritative source. God, they're so fucking easy to read. All right. Okay.
Good lord.
Where women were included, or simply included themselves, it was only when they started threatening men's dominance / entitlement that we were segregated into a separate category. Fuck. The actual fuck. Like, this is a mental illness. It is why we still see sport and women's sport.
Like, let me say, this is the matriarchy. This is the way that women are brainwashed into being. I literally would not have believed this before I have taken my journey that I'm on right now, where I literally have like the quote unquote sisterhood and the women trying to like talk me down from being independent and all this stuff, and just listen and don't rock the boat and blah 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 blah. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, what's the problem with being an individual? Why do you have to follow like this fucking nonsense? Why do you have to like just put your head down and listen to like the old fucking crone before you?
Everything that she is saying sounds so wrong. So insanely fucking wrong. It's actually impressive, right? Everything she's saying, not a little bit. Everything she's saying. I mean, this part here. Women's inclusion was on the terms of those in power. They didn't want women taking opportunities away from men, so they segregated women. It was never about a benevolent, still sexist, aim of supposedly giving women a chance to win. It was about control.
I mean, that's why Pelosi's in power right now, right?
Oh my god. Holy shit. You psychotic cunt. Holy fuck. Holy fuck. What is going on in your brain? I just want Dr. Cherie Becker, okay? Here's my suggestion, right? We're gonna have a tournament, okay? We're gonna have a tournament. We'll have.
I love how her name is spelled Shiri. It's just perfect.
Holy shit! I didn't even realize that. Fuck, that is just like the
You're
perfect
welcome.
name. Okay, listen. Here's my suggestion to Dr. Cherie Becker. Okay, we're gonna have a tournament. All right, there'll be 20 rugby teams, and we'll be women, and we'll be men. Okay, professional. Okay, we want professional athletes to be competing against each other, right? Prize is like, let's say like $2 million, maybe more. I don't know how much money these fucking rugby teams make. Say like 50 million if they need it. Okay. And look, it doesn't matter who wins. If the women win, you're right. If the men win, I'm not gonna say that I'm right. Okay. What I will say is, in the bloody aftermath of what occurs on that day, I just want to ask you again if you feel like there's really no difference, and it is literally just the patriarchy keeping women down as we scrape up the bodies from the ground.
Italo has the best idea. It could be a Russian slap fight contest. Although, I mean, we couldn't. We'd have to rename it something from Russian because that's a hot button topic right now. But
oh my god, that would hurt so much. Yeah. All right, here we go. And the narrative about women being inherently physically inferior to men, concocted as a reason to segregate us without threatening masculinity. Look, okay, here's the thing. My wife plays rugby. That's why I keep saying rugby. My wife is very strong. Like she regularly works out, right? Keeps herself fit.
Women rugby players can fuck up most dudes.
Yeah, right. But here's the thing. My wife is nowhere near as strong as the male rugby players. Like nowhere near that
she's
level.
Probably also not the size of a tree trunk either.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. On average, men will be stronger than women. When you go to the very high end of women, you will probably find women that are stronger than men on the low end. Of course you will. To argue that that applies to everybody and that there's really no difference, you are insane, you're psychotic, you're delusional, and you're just being dishonest. All right, let's go into this next one. There are once again actually greater fears here that women may start to challenge men's dominance more broadly. Again. I say we just go co-ed rugby. And when you're and again, I don't want to hear any bullshit about people getting hurt. Okay, whatever happens. Okay, and when you're ready to admit that you are wrong, we'll stop. Until then, it's co-ed rugby. Until you admit that you're wrong. Indeed, we are already starting to see this. Okay, so this is what we already talked about. Ultra endurance racing, surfing, and shooting. Now, here's the one I don't know. The ban on men pacemaking for women. I honestly have no clue what this is. What's pacemaking? Women who run marathons alongside men no longer allowed to set world records. Hey, the problem is the article's from Jezebel. I'm not entirely sure I believe it. But it's an endurance thing, right? But this is a... God damn it. Is that what it is? Women have better endurance than men? So if we, like, make men and women race for, like, 2+ hours... Okay. I mean, okay, look, I get it. You found the most niche of fucking things that you can apply and say women are just as good as men, if not better. But like, holy shit, again, let's just have co-ed rugby for a little bit, and we'll stop when you think it's good. When you're ready to stop, we'll stop it. When you're ready to stop, we'll stop it. God damn, dumb as shit.
Good grief.
This is what I mean by people that are like book smart, but like are just completely brain dead otherwise. There are some really lovely real life examples and research studies that show that the more men participate against women, the more they come to accept that women can be good athletes. Look, women can be great athletes, but again, again, keep bringing up rugby just for obvious reasons. But like any sport, like, look, there's a reason why we don't have women competing against men in like, gosh, trying to think of a good one, and everything I'm thinking is just a little bit too brutal.
I mean, there's a reason why we don't have pit bulls competing against chihuahuas, you know, like,
or like a pit bull against, I don't know, a golden retriever. I mean, both great dogs, but the pit bull's gonna win that fight.
You're not wrong.
God damn. Inclusion is not only the right thing to do. Okay, there we go. It's inclusion. She even did the hashtags. Good for her.
Oh my god.
Inclusion is not only the right thing to do, but it also makes us all better. This is why I will always fight for the inclusion of trans women in women's sport. Okay, what does that have to do with the rest of your fucking insanely incoherent fucking babbling? Like, literally, what is that? What did that have to do with anything? Like, literally. And then it just goes, but guys, also inclusion is important. Fuck off, bitch.
Gotta get them back, Pats.
Just as cis women are kept small, so too are trans women kept small. The idea that women and girls have an advantage because they are trans ignores the actual conditions of their lives. What does that have to do with having... What the fuck? Their lives suck. So, like, they don't have an advantage when they're, like, I don't know, physically competing. Bitch, what the fuck is that supposed to mean? God damn. Okay. Look, I'm Palestinian. I grew up kind of poor. I guess that means if I raise someone who's, like, wealthier than I am, I win by default. Fucking Christ. What the actual... You know, okay. How's this? I'll compete against actual kids because my life sucked and their lives haven't sucked yet, right?
Exactly. You have to compete with people who have had the equal amount
I'll be in the junior league. I'll still get my ass kicked. But like, no joke, this is just so dumb. Like, honestly, it really is. Like, she's not even addressing biological anymore. She's just saying, you don't even know what their actual lives are like, so
unfortunately
they don't have an advantage.
Most women, when they argue these points, they don't have facts to argue, so they argue the emotional aspect of it. That's the way it goes. Because you can manipulate emotions, you can't manipulate facts.
All right, I get more into this shit. Sport isn't inherently gendered, spoken like someone who has no clue what they're talking about. We manufacture strict binary gender differences, and then we naturalize them. Understanding and interrogating this helps us to understand the panic and fear-mongering around women's sports right now, and where we might go next. I mean, look, again, all I have to do is just keep playing the clips of Leah Thomas just crushing people, and show the fucking X-rays of all of Fallon Fox's victims. I mean, all of Fallon Fox's people's skulls that she cracked.
Can I just say that Leah Thomas has done more to get eyeballs on women's sports than any woman has done, any cisgendered woman has done in the past 100 fucking years. Let me just put that out there.
Okay, I am not reading the clip that she posted here because psychobabble. But I'll end this with a paragraph on women's sports as a radically inclusive space. I mean,
Radically inclusive. Oh boy.
Yeah, she just doesn't care. Like, it's fucking great. Let's see here. It is possible to have a different conversation here. Gender expansiveness gives us permission to break out. Okay, whatever. But you know what? Here's the thing. Becker supports your Everything League, but she supports only the Everything League. Everything else needs to be done away with.
Of course. Yeah.
Of course, she's nuts. Oh man, but her thread was actually just fun to drive head first into insanity.
That was a trip. That was a rabbit hole.
Oh man, well, hey, dude, Crum, I appreciate you coming on tonight, man.
I
You
appreciate
did 2
you
streams
invite.
back to back. That was nuts.
I know. Hey, I'm also the person that sat through 15 hours of Ron Toye, so.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much. If you want to support us on Patreon, you can. Link is link was in that chat. Hold on. Oh, yeah, whatever. You guys saw it. And if you want to tip us, if you want to tip us any time, subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed, and tune into the next stream on Wednesday. Thank you again, Crumb, for joining me tonight, and Toy Bounty Hunters for tuning in for like a very brief couple seconds. All right, we're done.